Okay, we are live here today. What's going on? All right, we are live. We're doing it live. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me see the chat. Let the wig guy. All right. Wow. Beetlejuice. Yeah, they hired Beetlejuice, which is interesting to me too. I'm still shocked about the hiring of Beetlejuice. For those of you who don't know, my name is Nate the Lawyer. Welcome to the channel. We are again watching the madness in Dolton, Illinois, as we always do, the first Monday of the month. Let's do this. Let's do this now. For those of you who are first time here, at 6:30, we are going. Linda, what's up? What's up? For those of you first time here, from the meeting actually starts at 6:30. So between 6 and 6:30, we generally do members only chat. We're going to just talk. And, if you want to join the members, if you can be able to members, 6:30, chat is open up to everybody else again. And we're going to be here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours watching the whole Dolton madness go on. So fair warning, just letting everybody know how the night is going to go. First half an hour, members only. Then at 6:30, everybody can chat because we're going balls to the wall and just watch this thing go crazy. So now now everybody understands the plan for the evening. Now members only is on, but again, that will be off at 6:30 because this is just the members only period. Let me bring in my good friend, the commentary king, Dragnot Silvis. What's going on, bro?
Man? Hey. You know what? I would have never thought that when we originally came across this article, it was a short video about this tyrant in Chicago, that it would have blown up to this proportion. I would have never thought that, but you know what? Here we are.
Again, this is for those of you who know, this is a pre-show, so it's only members only chat for the pre-show. But this is crazy. It's insane. Especially even the developments. So for everybody who doesn't know, the developments that have gone on in the past week have been insane. Not more indictments. You had the indictments, you got the subpoenas, you got all this other stuff that's been happening, and we really haven't even gotten too far into it. So it's insane. Thanks for becoming. For those who are becoming members, thank you for becoming a member. For this first half an hour, we're going to start looking at the video of the woman who was essentially who claims to have been assaulted in Dolton. She now has put out a video. She's been on the news, and we're going to watch that video in a second. For those of you who are here for the Dolton Mess, remember at 6:30, that's when we're going to take care of it. We will be live looking at Dolton doing that. So I'm going to put this on the screen right now so you can see we are monitoring it. This is just Dolton trustees. They're outside, and this is what's going on now. We fast forward it to where they're live.
They pushed everybody back to this. We waiting for it to open up.
So everybody's outside waiting to get in. So we're monitoring.
They pushed everybody back this time.
See what's happening
farther back. So they're not going
to
the front.
They want a piece of her.
That's what we're doing right now.
So that's what's happening right now outside. So before we get to that, we are actually going to start watching this. This is the interview with the woman who says that she was assaulted in Las Vegas. This is Tiffany Henyard's ex-assistant. So we're going to be watching that. Let me take down some of these stupid chats. We are watching from Germany, a full room, beer, popcorn. This is going to be crazy. Today, if you have not watched anything but the Tiffany Henyard story, today is the day to watch. It's obvious today's the day. You grew up in Dolton, Kit Kat. Oh my God, yeah, this is gonna make you sad and angry. Small leak also brought down the Hindenburg. I like the reference, like the Hindenburg reference. Hindenburg was the blimp, helium, small leak, fire, blew up. So for those you don't know, corrupt official in Chicago.
That doesn't happen.
Seems as if the entire political scene is corrupt. Yeah, we're getting so many of them. Thanks, Shannon, for becoming a new member. Thank you.
Don't be surprised, Nate, that you have fans in some odd places. I don't know if I told you have fans in World of Warcraft, the online game. I don't know if I told you that. You actually have like legit fans in World of Warcraft. That is a true fact. Yes.
Wouldn't know that. Thank you. 5 memberships gifted by Mary Mill. Thank you so much for gifting those memberships. And again, people, this is our pre-staging event, half hour for our members. So members only is for them to chat, and we can have a conversation at 6:30. Chat is open up to everybody, and it's going to be a crazy maniac chat tonight. I know Don't worry. We're only how many minutes we got? We got another 25 minutes, and then the chat will be open and crazy. So now, here we go. So this what we're looking at on the screen is now for those of you who don't know, this is Tiffany Henyard's former assistant who's claiming that she was sexually assaulted by
Andrew
Andrew
Holmes,
Holmes,
the
who
older
is
looking guy.
also a trustee on the village board. So we're going to hear this is her explaining what happened to her. So let's listen to it.
I am a mother of one. I was raised in Dolton. I graduated from Thornton Ridge. I worked at Dolton Park, worked at Dolton Library. So I would say I'm a definite true citizen of Dolton, and I'm a survivor.
Do you think you and the mayor have had a good relationship?
So it was she took me under her wing. It was like mentoring. It was like learning different opportunities. Like I said, she was trying to coach me to let me know that this is the game. Like that's our favorite thing. This is the game. I'm teaching you the game, and I want you to be able to have opportunities that I had because I am the first Black woman mayor of Dolton, and you can be the one taking my seat. Like that was just one of those things that she always wanted. She always wanted to elevate herself, and then elevate people under her, which was what she said that she wanted to do.
So how'd she meet Andrew Holmes?
And upon meeting him and then being around him, I deemed him the Uncle Drew. Like I gave him the name, and it went all the way down to the mayor calling him Uncle Drew just regularly. That was just his name.
Establishing that rapport.
He made everyone feel comfortable. I've even been in places by myself with him, in cars, wherever, by myself, plenty of times before ever anything. And he's never gave me an inkling of he'll harm me. He will make a pass at me. He's never done any of that. So yes, I deemed his Uncle Drew because now I feel like if I step out of here and how I know you that you fight for these other people, these other victims and all of that, you have my back. I'm pretty sure I'm safe if I'm with you. And that was the relationship that he allowed me to take from him.
So it seems to me that you know she's from Dolton. She's going to high school. She knows all these people. So that gave her that sense of security that hey, you know, I can travel with these people. But you also know another thing, no? And please, people don't hate me for this. But she knew she had to know that Henyard was doing all this dirty crap, right? You know what I'm saying? She's a friend. She had a good relationship with her. How could she not know? Right? How could she not know?
Are you all know, and victim blaming, sir? Are you victim blaming?
Not victim blaming, but I'm saying no. Is that I think from her relationship with Tiffany Henyard,
she knew about the dirt. There was no way.
I'm assuming she knew something. We know, and we're not friends with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, given her proximity to the Dolton mayor, you know, super mayor, there's no way that she saw what was happening and did not realize that there was something amiss right there. Because the one thing that I've noticed as I've been going through, and you and I have been talking about, you know, these different instances, she keeps people, and I say Tiffany Henyard keeps people in her close proximity that to some degree have to lack integrity. If you look at every single person, especially her right-hand man, each of them has something to gain from her position. If it's just looking the other way, if it's, you know, whatever, there's something that you value or that Tiffany values in you, if not just looking the other way. So yeah, I think I absolutely agree with that, because if you're close enough to be a part of the inner circle, then what have you seen and not said?
That's true. Amen. Only when it happens to you. Now don't get me wrong, what happened to her is horrible, but
absolutely,
you know, it's like now all of a sudden, you know, she's a horrible person. I think she's the same person that was horrible before back then.
But so here's the thing. When you're useful to Tiffany Henyard, you serve a purpose, but your purpose that you serve and your position, I should say, is based on how well you can be utilized in this regime. And so the reason why she ends up getting discarded by Tiffany Henyard is that, well, who's more valuable to Tiffany Henyard, a trustee or an assistant?
That's true. And obviously it's a trustee for Tiffany Henyard. Yes. Did she go to Vegas? Yes. This is the woman who's alleging that she was assaulted by the trustee in Vegas. Now, for all those, if you're new, just joining us, we're watching the video of the woman who says she was assaulted by the trustee on the Henyard trip to Vegas. That's what we're reviewing. At 6:30 we're going to open it up. This is members only chat right now while we review this, and then we open it up to everybody at 6:30. So 6:30 the chat will be open up to everybody. Right now it's just members only because this is really this live stream was 6:30. Was scheduled for 6:30. So this half hour was just really for members. Top drawer balance commentary analysis. Thank you, Tom Scott. So let's continue to see what she says. How did you know? Oh,
that's a good question.
How did you know you were going on the trip?
The other assistant, just being in our modes of being an assistant, we're saying stuff out loud, especially if the mayor's there. She's always doing something, so she wants to hear what we have while she's doing something or whatever. So now that assistant, she'll always say, okay, well, we got this upcoming trip. And then she said the dates, and she said May 21st. And I was like, that's my 31st birthday. I've never been there. I didn't necessarily know if I was going or not, but I definitely said, I want to make that trip. So Tiffany was, telling me like, this is not, no trip like that. Like this, we're going down there for business. And I said, well, I definitely understand, but I still never been in the vicinity of Vegas. So even if I could just be there and it's my birthday, I would still feel good. But I was like, you know how hard I work anyway, so I'm not even worried about that. And that was the conversation.
Oof. Yeah, News for these people's a good guy.
What happened? All right, so here Vegas, it is. When we clock out, isn't anybody hitting the strip with me? It's my birthday. And everybody said no, or they had something else to do. But Andrew, Miles did say that if he's done doing whatever he was doing,
But the part that's kind of slight even more that makes it even worse. It was her birthday. She just literally said this happened on my birthday. That's insane. That like how worse can this start getting now for people?
Right? Yeah. It's just you'll never have a birthday after that where you don't think about it. Like that's the really the trust issue first and foremost, and then every subsequent birthday you have this memory now, and so that's traumatizing. So then to have it sort of paraded out here in the public as well, it just ends up re-traumatizing folks, and so it compounds the issue.
Yes, this case is getting so much attention worldwide because of how in the open it is. That's right. Political corruption is all high around the world, but governments hide it. They tried to, at least they tried to, but I got to give it to Tiffany Henyard. She's on that. I don't give a F about it. She's, it just, I'm doing it, and what you're going to do, right?
He'll catch up with us. Okay, so fine, but I at least knew I got a man with me. I'm going to make it home. I ain't even got to worry about going to try to go on the strip by myself. I legitimately thought that, I was going to make it home. Until my last memory was me waking up in his room.
So now, it almost makes you think she might have been drugged.
Yeah, based on what I've read in some of the articles and what Officer Byron Miles was stating is that she didn't look as though she was able to participate, and by Andrew Holmes' own admission, she wasn't able to consent. So even if you had been drinking a little bit, that's one thing. But the one thing that stuck out is memory loss. Now when you are drinking, there's a period where you can drink so much and you don't form short-term memories, but it wouldn't surprise me if something worse slipped in. But even so, it's just it makes it nefarious. The person who was involved and who would even think about doing something like that.
Yeah. It's and just to update everybody. We go live, open up the chat and everything at 6:30. 6:30, we go. Chat is open up for everybody. This is just the pregame, members only. Remember, we go members only for the first half hour. And we're watching right now on screen is the woman who's accusing Tiffany Henyard of covering up her sexual assault from the Dolton trustees at the trip to Las Vegas. So she's explaining exactly what happened. So we're listening to what happened. Let me play this. Boom. Here we go. Oh, yeah, it's muted.
Why not now?
The Cosby cocktail.
Right. And you'll hear so many stories of, oh, well,
that's true.
She waited 20 years and she waited 30 years. I knew if it was ever happened to me, absolutely not. That I knew justice needed to come immediately. And that's why. So it might seem like it's a now for you, But this has been a long journey for me already. And I've already put my suffering aside. I put my depression aside. I've worked on all that. I did my praying on if I should be sitting in front of you today saying my story. And I'm ready. That's why now. And I'm not just fighting for me no more. I realize that I'm fighting for every woman that's been in my position. I'm fighting for a sister that doesn't have a voice. I'm fighting for a sister that's scared. I'm fighting for a sister who doesn't have a sister. I'm fighting, not just for me.
So I watched that part a few times back when I was editing my video. By the way, the video that Nate linked earlier was the one that I did. It's because I make a few points about how people like Tiffany Henyard and Andrew Holmes lull people like this into a position of comfort and safety. But it makes me think that she knows, or there may be a rumor of something else that may have occurred under Tiffany Henyard's watch. And I say that specifically because we know what type of people Tiffany employs, such as I just forgot his name, Mr. Lavelle, I think Raymond, his name is
the guy who was convicted of
a violent gang. Yeah. So him, exactly. So if she's willing to employ someone, knowing that they have that history, then there's no telling what could have occurred, especially by, her personal little, goon squad, or by Lavelle himself. We have no idea. You're right. So listening to her speak makes me think that I'll say this. I wouldn't be surprised if in the future we hear that some other events like this have occurred.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I would like to say thank you, Officer Miles, for being my hero.
Now, for those who don't know, Officer Miles is the one who Trustee Holmes was bragging to. He was like, yo, I'm hitting and I'm doing what I need to do. He got on the phone, he filming everything. Yo,
putting on FaceTime.
Yeah, check it out. You want to see it? You don't believe me? That's how I do. So he was flexing with her knocked out in the bed to the officer. So the officer, as soon as he saw her, he was like, yo, she was like, she's in condition to be able to consent. So he hit the record, FaceTime it, and hit the record. And that's where they got all that evidence where now she's able to sue. And also on top of that, the district attorney in Las Vegas is also looking into it too, since it happened there. So that's why she's saying this Officer Miles, is a hero. Now, don't forget, Officer Miles was on the 10-yard, what's it called? The
payroll, the personal security team.
Yeah, the security team.
Yeah.
So he was, and the people on the security team is making thousands and thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So him doing this really hurt him because remember, the allegations are he was punished because of this. And the allegations was that she was punished because, she was punished. She was fired because of this.
And so, I don't doubt that for a second, because the people and I want to remind people, the folks that Tiffany surrounds herself with are complicit in her fuckery. Every single person that you look at, that list of 24, or it was like 26 people the FBI were looking into, those are people loyal to Tiffany Henyard. So of course she's going to take them with her everywhere. And why else would Andrew Holmes feel safe enough telling a police officer that he just committed an act that is it's a federal crime, I think, to a degree, isn't it? Yeah, it's a federal crime. So why would he feel comfortable enough showing evidence to a police officer of something like that? Unless, you see what I mean? So there's so many layers to this that I think once you start to really pull them back, that it's a lot more disgusting than people think.
That's true. I can't see cat. Like McCombs about to kicked off Tiffany's make big money security squad. But let's just be clear though. Those people, all their information is now with the feds, because the feds went and picked up all that information last week. So the officers like Terry Young and all those people, so that they in trouble. From Germany, yeah. We got all these people from Germany. when Sue Dolton will pay. I don't know, because right now it seems like they don't have no money. Let me continue on with this because all right. So those are again, just disclaimer. This is the pregame. We're doing this for a half hour. First half hour of this stream is members only. It's from 6 to 6:30. All the fireworks start at 6:30. That's when we go live. And the chat is opened up to everyone who wants to chat. So this is just the members only portion of it. This is essentially our pregame with the members. So you're welcome to sit and join. If you want to chat, you can join the membership. But at 6:30, it's a free for all. But don't go crazy when we open it back up. So yeah, let's finish this up.
You are the only person that stood up for me opened your mouth, had the dignity to put everything that you had aside, your whole life, your whole personal life, for somebody that you didn't even know. You honored the badge that you vowed for. And I appreciate you for that. And I pray to God that you get infinite blessings, because you deserve that. And I thank you so much for even being a human being, not even just a police officer. You felt what was right. You felt what was wrong, and you stood on that, and you made it to the end to help me. And not only me, now you're helping so many other people. So thank you so much.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have been telling me they're so proud of me. And at first I never understood what they could be proud of, because I just felt like I was just doing what's right because it happened to me. But then coming out and the news putting out my report, and hearing that it might be possibly other victims, that broke me even more. But it was like, that's why they proud of you. Because
hold on. I just want to make sure I heard what she said. Did she say possibly other victims?
That's what I said. I think she's alluding to it very strongly.
That broke me even more. But it was like, that's why they proud of you. Because you let them women feel like I can say something and somebody's going to stand with me because I was done wrong. And I want to say to them, I know it's hard. I promise you. I know it's hard. But if nobody stands up for you, you have to stand up for you. And I promise you, everybody else will fall in place. I promise you. And we're not victims, okay? Because we are still here. All right? We are survivors.
You heard she said we. She didn't say I. She said we. I am 85-90% sure she knows other victims.
Yeah, but I'm thinking. Well, see, I'm not sure if she's talking about just in general people who survive.
General sexual assault.
Yeah,
okay,
versus people in there. But one thing that is heartbreaking about this whole thing is that I'm assuming this woman thought she was doing the right thing, but the worst part about this whole thing is that it's like that saying when you go to a snake pit, you got to expect to get bit.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what happened here. It's like you're going into a snake pit with Henyard and all these people and Holmes. They have no morals, and you're thinking, I can survive this and see what happens.
Because I'm part of the group, that I'm
on the in crowd. Yeah.
But I think that's the thing when you're in us for Medellin. There you go,
Medellin.
So I think that when you enter in a realm like that, people don't realize that it's not, hey, everybody's on the same playing field. We're on a level ground, level plane. There's a hierarchy, and you don't realize until it's too late where you are in that hierarchy. And as somebody with very little power and influence in a corrupt regime, because that's what it is, you are the lowest man on the totem pole, so you are disposable. And so the dirt that you do privately, by just looking the other way and, well, it's not my tax money, I don't care. And that, that type of attitude, unfortunately allows you to get in better with the wrong people, right? When you don't have integrity, people that lack integrity want you around, not the people with integrity.
Yes. So true. Let's finish this up because the meeting is starting in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we
are survivors, and we are surviving, and we are going to live again. We're going to have our lives back. But first, you got to stand up, mama. And I'm right here. I promise you. If any of y'all who's watching this need me, I will be right there, no matter where you at. And this is what I'm starting the foundation of. We're stronger together, because we are.
Yeah, this is heartbreaking, bro. This is unbelievable.
I'm kind of maybe so. My heart goes out there. Let me first and foremost, my heart goes out to her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're trying to be as neutral as possible, saying, yeah, you are in a den of snakes, and there's no way you didn't see what was going on. But as far as we'll say financial improprieties, let me be very specific before people take us out of context. The issue I have is that any sort of foundation, any sort of effort as far as fundraising that's coming out of Dolton, people are going to look at it the wrong way. It doesn't matter whether you have the best intentions and you keep complete transparency, because of what City Girl, Mayor did. That's what's going to happen. Like, there's no way people aren't going to scrutinize, whatever it is that she's trying to do. And like I said, it's just probably a great thing, especially getting more people to come out when there's demonstrable evidence, like when your victimizer records himself, right? That you have unanimous support. But again, the environment.
Well, right now, let me do this. Let's start transferring over. So yeah, I'm going to open the chat back up. So welcome to everyone back to the chat. The chat is now open to everyone who wants to. Well, first you have to be a subscriber you got to subscribe. But for everybody who wants to chat, you can chat. The chat now is back open. Thank you so much for the members who support the channel. And I'm glad we're able to at least have that first 30 minutes of the pregame to go to at least to figure out what's going on and to have a conversation. We're going to know that. Hi. See, here they come. They're back. So now let's transition over to what's going on right outside of Dolton. Here we go. And let me make sure this is live, though. I got to make sure this is live. Ooh. So this is live. So this is the Dolton trustees page. They are filming what's happening live outside. So they weren't letting people in.
I know. I asked you questions before he asked you that one. What is it? You can't. Oh, but you can. They gonna make an example.
They don't look too happy.
It's like as soon as you go back to the madness, it's madness out there.
Mr. Rayburn. Mr. Rayburn.
I hope they have a secret entrance for the Super Mayor.
Y'all related?
Our whole Tahoe tip paid him a lot of money.
Now, for those of you who don't remember what happened last time, this is what happened last time. Remember when it went crazy last time? Because she didn't, she wasn't letting people in and all this other stuff. So they seem to be doing that again, and they couldn't even do the meeting. So we'll see how far they're gonna go with this, but it looks like it's craziness all over.
Last time on Dolton Ball Z.
He could tell me how much taxes he paid on his house. I'm gonna talk to him.
Oh, this is the person who was shot by the Dolton police.
Where's the security? Are there no security
meeting got canceled. 6:27. I don't know when it. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how long they're gonna take.
Only one trustee came. So just so everybody understands what's going on, Tiffany Henyard doesn't want people to come to the meeting, so they're making it extremely hard for anybody to get in. So they want IDs, they want to it's extremely hard. This is the Dolton trustees page. He's live streaming it so we can see what's going on outside. What's going on inside has not even popped up yet. They're supposed to be going live in 1 minute. This is a cluster F, so we're watching it live.
But I didn't find that out.
He's trying to defend
We don't want to hear you.
Mayor, but they should just let it go.
We're going to follow you. Why? Unless this is Russia.
Guys are broken.
Because that's not the beginning. That's just a symptom. Then what did the feds do? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. What did they do? Where are the children suing them for $100 million? Okay? Why are there children suing the feds?
Is someone hitting a pan with a spoon?
All right, Tariq, you got a shout out.
Yeah. Veneer, the one who was the, you know, the Andrew
Did the
Harper
Justice League just arrive?
and they tried to cover it up.
Uh-uh.
She chose to show her face today to tell her story. And that's the real man.
Oh my God.
What she went through was a lot.
Oh,
she's there.
Is Pania there?
Yeah. She's coming through.
This is the
If y'all watch the video, what she did, it took a lot of strength for her to do that.
That's her, yeah.
For what she went through. And they fired her.
So
They fired her. After she came back out and told him. That young black sister, man, that took a lot of strength.
Thank you.
They're shouting the name now.
Oh, there she goes. Maybe it's not.
Thank you.
No.
You real brave.
So I'm wondering what trustees are already there.
We need to hear that.
All right, so you guys know that we still on our crap. Here's what's going on in Dolton. So they put the regular board meeting started, but they haven't gotten it up. So we're watching what's going on outside right now. Another thing, for those of you who are super chatted, who have joined memberships, I personally got to say thank you so much, because I don't know why, but every time I do these particular live streams, it's always demonetized. I don't know why. So the super chats really help. What is demonetized for like a day, which is the worst part because most people watch it in the first day.
You know, Nate, you know good and damn well why you get demonetized.
I'm thinking somebody's reporting it. I'm thinking I'm getting a mass report, but it's fine. It's fine.
You're going against the mob. You can't go against the mob.
It's
you know that. Challenge is not accepted.
But for all of you who have been supporting, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But now I'm going to stop talking so we can get back to what's happening outside. But soon as stuff starts happening inside, we're going inside.
Oh, Fania's talking.
Anybody that knows you're wrong, stand with me.
We love you.
We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Thank you. I'll fix it.
Stop stalling. Stop stalling. Stop stalling.
You tell the Superman to stop stalling.
There is an angry group of people outside of her building. I'd be a little scared too.
She heard that we had our costume, so she had to go get her.
Oh, thanks for stopping by.
I get all the news cameras and y'all want to get a shot. But can y'all please just get back up a little bit? If we're not hugging her or speaking to her, she don't just back up a little bit, please. Y'all got a mask, this can be overwhelming. Ain't nobody backed up, so not cool. Can y'all please back up a little bit?
Somebody's trying to establish some type of order.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder, where are these overpaid cops at?
Yeah, they can't start.
They had like an executive session before the meeting? No.
I ain't seen but one trustee go in. No, they went through the other.
They must have went through the back.
Hey, did it start?
Now, if the meeting's supposed to start at 6:30 their time, which is about now, nobody's inside. They haven't let anybody inside, so it's crazy. Simon, what's up, brother?
Dragnot is dead. I am the commentary king. Actually, let me put my link in there. People see it. Should we tell the people now, Nate, or should we wait?
Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Good morning, Robert. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, Papa. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. JPC, thanks for becoming a member.
My check. You guys are gonna let Carla Wilson speak. Say her name.
Don't forget to drop the channel link in the description for the commentary kit.
Mother of Alexis Wilson, everybody. Say her name, Alexis
Good
Wilson.
evening, guys. My name is Cara Wilson, and like you said, I'm the
Joe
mother
is
of
dragged
Alexis
him.
Wilson. Alexis Wilson
Oh,
is my daughter,
we're in it to the end.
She was
There we
19
go.
years old.
Don't forget to check out the commentary kit. You got a great video on the situation that happened today.
Lied on what happened. That
Fantastic stuff. So don't check it
Expanding
out.
the Nate Brody network, folks.
That's right.
I got a lot of stuff to say. Nate doesn't know all about the far left stuff. I've been dealing with him for the last decade or so, and I got a lot to say.
because Lexi was his force.
Even about the man versus bear stuff going on.
Ryan Perez.
The DEI invading video games. Yeah.
My daughter had her hands up,
Ugh.
asked what did she have to get out the car for? What did she do wrong? 52 seconds. In 52 seconds, Ryan Perez was punching Alexis in her face, holding his flashlight.
Uh-oh. Police abuse?
52 seconds.
Tiffany Tahoe of Dolton.
Within that same amount of time, his partner was gaining entrance into my vehicle. Within 4 more.
So this is so the Dolton police had interaction. I think, but a couple of people have been killed. So this is the mother of one of those people. But just want to continue to let everybody know we are actively monitoring what's going on. This is the page for the meeting. That's what we're here for. We want the meeting, but all the action right now is going on outside the meeting. So that's what we're watching, what's going on outside. But as soon as this pops up and goes in, we're going in, because don't forget, for what's happened this week, Thornton Township has been subpoenaed, all those records. The Dolton's been subpoenaed, all those records, all the records from Tiffany Henyard, how she spent the money, even the worst thing that you guys haven't even heard that, checks to cash. So they were literally writing out checks to cash. So
one of them was what, $65,000?
Yeah, $60,000.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, if you're going to try and hide financial impropriety, do it a little bit better than. And let me just. Who pays that amount of money for anything unless it's drugs?
Yeah, it's insane. $60,000 checks to cash, and this is from the city of Dolton, so it's insane. It's insane.
Taxpayer cash money. And
on top of that, they said and now just to be clear, they said they wrote the checks to cash to pay the vendors, but then the vendors said they didn't get paid. So where did that money go? That's what the FBI is investigating.
I mean, it's just like my missing.
Thank you so much, old man.
Just like my missing DoorDash. I didn't get the meal, so just send it again.
Yeah, just send it
Works
again,
the same way.
Ah.
You can't do that for the city.
Need to be looked into, and to be honest, since she took office, there needs to be an audit of the entire police department and all of the cases they're looking
She's right. Audit the police.
Every time Lacey arrested somebody, every time one of these cops made an arrest, pulled over, so much of it is vengeful. How do we know what was true and what wasn't? And from my experience, I can't trust Dolton police, and I can't trust Illinois State Police.
Can't
Because
trust
they
nobody.
investigate them, right? They investigate Dolton. But they were also standing side by side when they arrested
I love from Japan. Thank you so
Illinois
much.
State Police watched Dalton arrest
Commentary
innocent
king.
protesters for protesting, and
Yes.
they did nothing.
That is accurate.
Yes, so silence is compliance.
That is
because you
accurate.
stood there and watched them do something illegal and you did nothing about it.
Thank you from Japan. I'm going to
So I
Japan
don't
next year.
trust
So
Dalton Police. I don't trust Illinois State Police. And Tiffany, I stand by the feds. They will do the right thing.
I'm waiting for the fans, baby.
Tiffany doesn't get arrested after all this, she's not going to have a place to stay in Illinois.
This is how much you want to bet. If Auntie raises their voice, the meeting is over. That's true. If anybody raises their voice, that meeting is definitely going to be over. No clapping. All right, we're still waiting. I want you guys to see we are not joking. We're still waiting. Still waiting.
My goodness. They are taking this sweet time. You know what? I think I know what happened. She might have absconded back to Las Vegas. You know, some R&R. She needs some rest with Mayor Brandon over in Chicago. They've been under a lot of stress lately, you know, so you understand.
Let me go back to this because StreamYard is having an issue with the audio in the background, so I just want to make sure I got to re-screen share the screen.
It's not my audio, is it? Okay.
No. It's a StreamYard issue. They were having issues with the audio, so we gotta add it back.
Let's try it again.
There it is. So let me put the audio back on.
Question. The police, the detectives,
There's only like 22 police officers in the whole village, isn't there?
Yeah, I know.
done of every political
One of the things I love about this whole story, ever since like coming across it, is that
hopefully, Trashville.
there's he used all the progressive talking points. Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I'm a minority. Vote for me, and you know all that stuff. She said all the right things for people to not question the fact that she had previously been arrested for what was it? Trespassing
the vehicles. Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know, probably not the best person in the world, but you know what? She checked boxes, so that's all that matters. You turn her brains off and just, hey, the train of progress has no brakes.
That was the reason why they allowed them into Thornton Township. That's the reason why we got that, because they were like, oh, we wanted somebody with different experiences and different understanding. They made them good. That's all they said is DEI, and we're gonna hire her because she's a woman. She happens to be black.
But that's what they did. They had somebody with different experiences. How many people you know how to break into cars, huh? How many people do you know?
That's true.
Right?
That's true. They had private security for this meeting. And then earlier. Oh, thanks for the intel.
Let me take my glasses off.
She's taking her glasses off now.
You gotta hire Blackwater. Make sure it's safe.
Just so everybody understands what's going on, because I'm doing it again. We are still waiting for the board meeting to start. It's supposed to start at 6:30, so they're supposed to already have people there to start the meeting at 6:30. It is now 6:43, so we're 15 minutes in. People are still outside, as you've been saying, and it doesn't look good. I'm hoping we don't have the same thing we had last time, where the meeting was canceled and they didn't do it, but we just don't know. They should elect me, Mayor. I'm gonna steal less money.
Hey, just keep it under 70,000. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, text the cash. Yeah,
there you go.
It's taking a while to get all of her.
This is for my tree trimming service. Okay, I'm making sure all your.
But Tim, what receipts can she show? She show them to the FBI. That's what you need to show the receipts to. Not us. After we want some. Holy Speckle, what's up?
I want analysis done for the evidence that they have, so that arrests can be made and that there can be.
Oh my goodness!
They still not letting people in?
No, they're gonna need some chairs or something. Tiffany needs to just be thankful that this isn't Columbia University, or it'd have been a chaos. Just a little bit.
This is all talking about the Earl story from earlier today with Angry Cop. That was such a funny story. I kept laughing when I was making that video. It was just insane story. God.
No, we still out here.
You listen.
We still out here.
All right.
They won't let us back.
This is the former trustee.
We still out here waiting. It's 6:44. The meeting starts.
Turn them up a little bit.
6:30. It is 6:44, and we still out here. Yeah, she got it early. Yeah.
You're banging on the windows now.
Yeah.
Because police security no longer wants to be seen around here. Oh! But where's the money for that, though? Who's paying for that? Nate, you are a black lawyer and you should be ashamed to believe the allegations.
That's the expectation. Hey, check the same boxes. Okay, just believe whatever.
And they're trying to say I'm violating an order of protection. But this is why we can't
Violating order of protection.
Unqualified man be the police chief of a village, or a city, or a town.
Well, they're gonna have to police chief.
They're going to have to police chief.
I'm
He unqualified.
always 2 steps ahead of the incompetent. So listen to me. I don't want them to have any reason to stop you all from getting what you ultimately need, and that's an understanding of your business.
There you go. Say
I'm
that.
asking y'all, just take a step back.
Say that.
Don't give them no excuse. We got to get in here and have
We're not giving them excuse
and
now.
they see
Bro, this is more orderly than they are. No offense.
the jig is up.
We got it.
There is no order.
Y'all see all these orderly people?
No clapping is a safety violation. That's what it was last time.
Clapping could be mistaken for a flashbang, or 556. You never know.
Oh, all right. July Brown. Allegation. They're not doing nothing. What's going on? Come on, start the meeting. Start the freaking meetings. Like I want to watch the meeting. I'm like, I don't.
She was so excited before to show her ass, to go and to show how fancy she was, right? Demand people pay their taxes, and now you know what happened.
She's not the mayor. She just plays on TV. That's true.
Nino Brown.
We need to have the meetings, Sylvester. You too.
So just so everybody understands, no one has been let in. So they don't even know if any but the dust trees. They may have went in through the back, but nobody's been let in through the front yet. So they're trying to figure out what's going on.
It'd be funny if they were actually inside and they're setting up a teleconference and Tiffany is on just a monitor. That's what's taking so long. Speculation.
Make sure you subscribe to the Dolton Trustee YouTube page.
Dolton Trustees. Oh,
Subscribe to the Dolton
Yes.
Trustee YouTube page.
let me send them a message.
I subscribed to them early. Yeah, they got some good stuff on there. Actually, I think a video that I'm gonna be working on tomorrow. They have some videos I want to really focus in on how the current narrative that exists out there about, well, if you look like this person and you check that box and that, just believe them and everything is cool as long as they're not a white, straight, Protestant Christian male, everything is fine. I want to beat that to hell.
Hold on, police chief. Somebody came out.
Uh-oh.
I think they're delaying the chief. Yeah. I don't believe there's any. I believe people are saying crazy stuff, yes, but I don't believe there's any serious threat. I just don't believe that. We'll see. Who knows? So they open up the door. All right.
They're negotiating entry.
Hey, subscribe to the Dolton Trustee YouTube page. We're gonna take back our time. We made a mistake with this last election. We ain't gonna make the same mistake twice. That's why we organizing now to win this next election.
Don't have to worry about that.
We get what we deserve. We changing that.
If we get in the line, they're gonna say yes or no.
Just to get into the meeting is crazy. Just imagine what the meeting is going to be like.
You telling somebody to get in a single file line.
Criticism
They're
is hate.
saying we got to do a
Criticism is
single
hate.
file line to get in.
Thank you, Jay. Now they're making people get in the single file line to get in.
Look at Mary Buck. Look at Mary Buck. Get in.
They're doing all this trying to get people to go home. Nobody's going home. Yeah, they trying to do this to make people go home. Ain't nobody going home. Everybody, especially, listen, just so we all know what she's walking into. The subpoenas for Dolton. Those subpoenas were so freaking damning. The subpoenas themselves were damning. So it's just like, because they were asking for all her money, all this, all the overtime. Everything that we've been complaining about, those subpoenas said, we want to see the actual receipts for all that. And then gave us extra stuff like, hey, and all the checks that you guys have been writing to cash, you want to see those too.
A lot of that overlapped with originally the Illinois, I think, DA had requested that from her a while back, and she refused to render it to them. So now the FBI is coming in and asking for a lot of that same stuff, plus more.
But you're talking about the Attorney General. Number one,
Attorney General. I'm sorry, Eric. Yeah.
It should be embarrassed that they haven't looked into Tiffany Henyard, because there's this Cook County. They should be embarrassed. It shows you, but that's just a small land. They should be embarrassed.
The news had been like that. The original few clips that we had, they were been out for months before we started covering that. So I'm like, did nobody care, or was somebody dropped the ball?
And they were already in there. Don't forget, these people are there. They were in Cook County. So it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They set up lots of tables and chairs outside. They're going to like they were going to live stream. Then the truck came back and forth. Interesting. I don't know what's someone raised their hand to speak. Henyard, we got to cancel the meeting.
Racist hand
gestures. Yeah, it's insane.
Don't joke about that. Somebody will get on Twitter and that'll be a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. You don't know. Hey, the age group, buddy with Tiffany.
Hold on. Look at that. How old are you?
74 and a half.
74 and a half. She's out here for her village. 74 and a half years old. That's right.
That's a former trustee.
That's grandma out here.
That's right.
It's like looking into the future for me. Me and that guy got the same hairline.
Are they finally letting people out?
Move in there. So who gets down?
Open this door.
We got to talk.
Okay.
I will. We're watching the madness. They're finally letting people in. My God, this is like insanity here.
Are they letting media in?
All right, just so we're clear, the inside the village, they're not letting anybody. Nobody has been let in yet. So right now we're looking at the feed from outside. This is the village trustees YouTube page. They are live streaming what's happening outside, and as soon as they turn the cameras on inside, we are going to be watching that inside feed. So we're right now watching Village Dolton Trustees. Subscribe to the channel because they do great work. They had a great video come out today earlier too. But please check them out. They do great work.
Can we get the mods to link the channel so people can just click on it? Let me put it in the chat. I'll find it.
It's not even a good film. That's true.
I got it. There we go. I got it. All right, here you go, mods.
So just so everybody understands what's going on now with this, is that they have to get in one line. So people are like, what do you mean we got to get in one line? So they're making people get in one line, and then they're going to start letting people in allegedly. So we don't know what's going on now.
Yeah, I don't believe if you are doing any type of entry control points, that you know that what you need to do is have physical barriers to impede a lot of people at once. Nate, you've done police work. I've been in the military. There's a way that you organize it, and letting people just group up right there at the entry control point, that's a safety issue. So if they were actually safety minded, they would have already had out barricades and ropes and
a line instead, just line up behind here. Yeah,
exactly. So
There's no threat if it still was a real threat. Let me see.
Yeah, metal detectors and everything.
Oh, interesting.
No.
It's about to go down. We're waiting. It is about to go down.
Mr. Mayburn.
You're trying to shut it down.
Mr. Mayburn. Lace front.
I mean, she's lucky that they're civil right now. I mean, I'd be angry if this was my tax money being squandered by somebody who's clearly a tyrant.
No access, no peace. Yeah, like, especially the thing that pisses me off is that this shows you she doesn't respect the time of the people there.
Not at all. I mean, she's already stealing from him, right, and lying to him. I mean, why not add disrespect on top of that, right?
Allegedly.
You gotta
make sure we say allegedly.
Supposedly, based on my personal opinion on her foolery, allegedly.
Let's get ready to rumble. It's true. It's true. 5 minutes to 7. Is it 5 minutes to 7? Yeah. And ain't nobody been let in yet.
Man, she's sitting back there eating crab legs.
In the basement, like Adolf and Eva. Oh my God. World War II reference.
What they saying?
This ain't Wakanda.
She wouldn't be let in Wakanda.
Yeah. She wouldn't be let in Wakanda.
Let me get through. Hey, can we get through here? With media? Yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now the media's finally the media. So the media's good. They let the media in. Thank God.
Get off my butt.
I'm with the media.
Uh-oh, is he going in?
2 camera people. I do got camera go.
All right, here we go. We finally got somebody. Now he's inside. So we're going inside. Are they making people going through the metal detectors?
Okay, I see they got physical security set up inside. If they couldn't spare one of the 22.
Yeah. That's what he is, huh?
Put your camera.
Doors open, rush it. Nah, we don't want no violence. No violence. It's gonna take a little bit of time. The entry is cool. $100 for him.
Promise not to cooperate.
That's true. Yes, Gail is right. Cook County's always been corrupt. For those of you who don't know, fun fact: the most convictions for corrupt politicians is from Illinois. So, fun fact.
That is a shock to everyone here. I'm sure.
So now we get to look inside. Now, what she got a mask on for? Now, the mask only works if everybody else is wearing the mask.
Well, she might be sick.
Oh, okay.
If she has something and she don't want to spread it, then I can see that.
They
do that in Asian countries. They try to be conscientious, but if that's the case, I still don't wear around.
Not sure. Maybe if you're sick, it may help, but it ain't protecting you from nothing. You're wearing a mask. Matter of fact, they were like, wearing a mask doesn't. Well, it only helps if it's a critical mass of people are wearing it.
Yeah, if you're taking other precautions, right? You got hand washing stations and stuff like that.
She's coughing too, so she may have the Rona.
She needs to stay her Rona tail home. Keep that at home. No Rona. Or can we say good?
Yeah, we know masks definitely don't work against viruses.
Can we not say that the people call them the Vsauce? Can we not? I don't know.
It's so you can't call it what it is. What they doing? What's he doing? Oh, they.
Now you good now.
I see where all the police are all inside.
Nobody's sitting down. Here we go. So somebody finally got in. So now we're inside now.
This is a terrible security detail.
And these are people getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You know what?
Tens of thousands of dollars per pay period. So the best police in the world. That makes sense. It's quiet inside there. So our man who's on the inside is now inside. So just to show everybody we still here it is, the Dolton's page. There's nothing going on here. This is still waiting. So at least now we get to see what's going on inside. Super Mayor Diddy of Dolton equals Meek Mills. Oh man. It's like, what's going on? Like, why are they making us wait so long, Drag? They're making us wait for like hours here, man. Come on.
Look, my official commentary on this is that she's in the back eating crab legs and can't be bothered right now. That's what it is. We're waiting on Mayor Lightfoot to release her from the prison she has constructed within us. I don't know. I'm still confused by that aspect. Everything else about the whole thing, her let their homeboy become a code enforcement officer, going to Vegas and spend everything else makes sense. But
I want to get you in trouble down there.
Former Mayor Lightfoot investigating some with no actual authority to do anything. What was that supposed to do?
I don't know.
I was hoping you give me some insight, man. She's your peer, right?
That's true, yeah.
Y'all both are law school graduates, I presume.
Oh, Lori Lightfoot?
Yeah. She graduated from Chicago Law, and she played she was quarterback in intramural sports.
The thing is that, don't get me wrong, I understand why they hired Lori Lightfoot, but there were so many other people you could have hired. Lori Lightfoot's a big name, but
we ain't here, y'all. We made it in this time.
I think she spent some time with Mayor Brown, and then I know she was a assistant U.S.
attorney,
attorney. So she has prosecuted federal cases before, but it's my understanding that there are people that are far better trained and experienced in doing something like that, and actually have better connections, with the three-letter agencies.
But let's honestly keep it real though too. Superman's not giving the state AG anything. What else you going to give Lori Lightfoot anything? Right?
Look,
it's like, really?
Have you seen her? Man, she's scary. If she walks up to me and bites my ankle and says that she wants, the keys to my house, I'm going to give her the keys.
Maybe you, but I think the Superman kick her off the ankle and be like, "I'm not giving you nothing." Matter of fact, she's just struggling for the FBI to get it. So.
I want to see her at one of these meetings. People keep calling her Beetlejuice. That's mean. That's beauty shaming or something, or a physical shame, whatever. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, well,
one of the things.
Body positivity, brother.
That one. Whatever.
There's so many things. Right now, and just so everybody knows, I'm going to join the women's wrestling team in college, so I'll be number 1 in the world. She is back doing some recreational thing. She looks bugged out. How you see her? That's true. She does look bugged out. Lightfoot is her mentor.
That's actually, I didn't actually make that up. This is a fun fact. She used to quarterback intramural sports back at Chicago Law School. Fun fact. Can't see her as a quarterback, but with flag football. So.
Wow. So how long are we in now? 7:03. So we're about a half hour late. Not bad. Not bad.
Detroit in the building. What up, though?
On that BPT.
We say CP time. People be like,
"Oh my
God, CP. It's officially CP time now."
Yeah. This is where we at.
Who's this guy running the commentary? My name is former trustee Edward Steve. I run the Don't Trust the YouTube page.
That's Edward Steve. He giving us.
So anything you see on the Don't Trust the YouTube page, I produce.
Oh, he's on his phone. That's probably why he can't.
I'm a trustee, but
he's actually portrait.
He doesn't understand. He should turn his phone sideways so we can get a better view. This holding it like this.
I got a 70-year-old resident.
Yeah, I think he's so used to holding the phone like that. That's
because you can only see it very narrow.
We want to educate our residents.
I have to hit him up after this, man. Look, you need to hold your phone.
I'm gonna text him right now.
And we're gonna take our community back.
Text him.
Can't depend on nobody else.
Can you?
Save ourselves. We made a big mistake by putting her in office. We're gonna correct that mistake this next election.
Phone.
He might have to actually end the stream and then restart it
No, he can just turn his phone sideways. That's it. It'll switch
Okay.
itself.
So the media is setting up. They got their cameras, tripods ready.
There it is. I asked him, can he turn the camera sideways so we can see the room?
Yeah, that'd be way better to get a idea of who's in the audience. If we can recognize, might see Lori Lightfoot.
New photographer. I for whether oh my god,
Disgusting.
yeah, you destroyed my appetite now, and I can't. I hear one of the items on the agenda is a vote to start paying all vendors with Henyard's bucks.
Oh, okay. What's the conversion rate to USD?
Yeah, this I'm afraid, and it's funny because the lawyer. Don't forget the lawyers left too. So that's even an issue now. Nobody's representing her in court.
Do you think that she would go pro se?
She can't. You can't.
Really? Oh no, she would have a public defender.
Yeah.
Okay, you can only do that in civil cases. Go pro se.
Well, if you can't represent, because she can't go pro se because she's not an attorney. She can't represent someone in court. So it's the town and the village who's actually the defendant. So that's why. So she can't go pro se. You have to hire somebody. If you have a company, you have to hire somebody too, because you can't represent the company. You can only represent yourself. Yeah, he was caught up in was he? He was caught. I thought it was Cincinnati. I thought he was from Cincinnati or something like that. Yeah,
I gotta look into that.
I gotta look up the judge because I remember he was in some corruption, but I don't know if it's Chicago. I thought it was Cincinnati.
Really? Learn a little bit of law today, folks.
I hear you, Nate. This is if I go to sideways, it's the whole room.
Yeah.
Back. It's all the way to front.
He said he heard me.
James. Oh, I don't see him.
I wish the news guys had little placards or something so we could tell which news organizations they're from.
The superior mayor
is
getting a narcissist's dream. Yeah.
Look, sir, you cannot call a black woman in America a narcissist. Only they're allowed to call you that. All right. You'll have a Twitter hashtag about you tomorrow.
We're getting nothing. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dolton's Trustees page too. Link was dropped earlier. Matter of fact, put it in the description too.
There we go.
Dolton Trustees there giving us this insight, so we know what's up. This is where they have this. These are the people who have all the inside information. So if you really want to keep up with the story, Dolton Trustees is where it's at. And also, don't forget to check out Commentary King. Link is in the description. Just click on that channel and check out his new video on the recent developments in Dolton. Pretty amazing stuff.
I was hoping to get some footage from this to do some commentary on, but
I'll try my best.
We've got nothing to work with.
I know. I hear you, man. It's a cell phone, man.
You got all these other people
when I'm
in there.
on the other side, I'll be mad too when somebody moving around a lot. I'm gonna try to keep it steady.
No,
I'm my best to keep it steady.
You are good.
Make sure you subscribe to the Don't Trust the YouTube page.
Looks like they got all 22 officers in there, entire police force. I should laugh. I wonder, I guess just me. I wonder if the ones that are actually doing this detail, are they on the Tiffany Henyard payroll? Because you would imagine if you want people that are really loyal to you, the closer to you physically protecting you, especially when there's a literal angry mob outside waiting for you. So, I don't know.
Nobody's inside. We are waiting to see what's going on. I'm just looking at all the coverage going on. We all waiting. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's looking and waiting.
Looking and hoping. Have we been able to spot any trustees yet?
I haven't been able to see anybody.
I can't remember her name. She's a female trustee. She usually sits on the right. Well, when we're looking at them, the right-hand side, their left side. And she has gotten into a tiff with Tiffany over certain receipts. She's a heavy-set woman. But
hold on. They starting up. Here we go.
All right.
Boom. We on. We live. Let's do it.
Yeah, she sits in that spot with the picture of Tiffany on the right. I like watching her because she takes no shit from Tiffany.
All right, so on the Dolton's trustee page, there's no audio. Doesn't sound like there's any audio.
No.
Is mic on? Oh, thank you, James. Good evening, everyone. Trustee Norwood.
Present.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Present.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Present.
Trustee House.
Here. All right, here we go.
Trustee Holmes. Absent. Trustee Belcher.
Here.
Home
have a
is
quorum.
not there.
All right, if everybody will stand
That's
for
her.
the pledge.
That's her.
All right, here we go, people. You know what?
All right, if you
Good
continue
idea.
to stand for prayer, Mr. Moore, if you would.
That's right, internet guy. We ready. We on it.
Father, we thank you that you always hear you answer our prayers. Father, we just ask, why does the heathen rage, Father? Why does man imagine a vain thing? Because we know that you're in control, you're God of all God, you're Lord of all lords.
Interesting verse.
Holy Spirit, we just pray that you would just have your way in this place.
Kanaya Belcher.
And
Okay.
Father, we thank you for setting up our leader, Lord. You're the one that set the leaders up, Father. You have the heart of the king in your hand. Continue to bless our leader, Father. For we know that there is no weapon that's formed against us that shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against us, Father, you shall condemn. So, Father, we thank you that if you be for us, you are more than the whole world against us, Father. So we stand in that liberty wherewith you set us free. Bless this meeting that your name might be glorified. Bless your people, Father, which you have given us to rule over, Father, and to serve. We thank you for it now.
Over.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Over. I'm taking the over on this. Over under 30 minutes. Meeting is over.
Yeah.
I'm taking the
All
over.
right, next we have public comment. You have 3 minutes.
Here's public
You can
comment.
address
This is
this
where it's
body
always
in
going to
his
get wild.
public
Oh
comment
my
to make your
God. Public
statement.
comment.
And you have 3 minutes.
Woo. Here we go.
It
So
has
anybody want
Sunday
to address
best.
the board? You can
Welcome to
go
the
podium.
madness.
Do you have a list? Okay. She have a list, so she'll call the names.
Is that a lawyer sitting next to her? Because if that's a lawyer sitting next to her, I'm surprised because they just withdrew from everything and said they weren't getting paid.
Maybe they're doing it pro boner.
Are you guys ready?
She doesn't look happy.
Oh no! Well, last week, that wasn't a good week for them. Here we go.
Next
Okay.
week gonna be worse.
Steve, you got the time? Who got the time?
Oh, that's a lawyer sitting next to her. It looks like
You
it.
sure?
You can tell by the suit.
Oh no! I saw like a quick glimpse of him.
Looks like Gus Fring from what's that show?
Here we go. Mike's not working.
Oh my God.
Tell us. Let's see if does this look like I love Tiffany Henyard or I hate Tiffany Henyard person. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Thank you, everybody. My mic is not muted. I'm gonna keep it calm today so they won't mute me. So everybody, hopefully that's on live.
I think
can
we
hear
got
what
our
I'm
answer.
saying.
Yeah.
All right. First off, this is ridiculous. I'm disabled, Tiffany. Why am I being standing outside for over an hour for a meeting that's supposed to start earlier? This is ridiculous. You should have let us in.
Yes.
There's no threats out here today. Now, what's the excuse? Do you have an excuse? Your excuse should be that you're
Yes.
stepping down as a mayor because you're a poor excuse for a mayor. Excuse me. So, like I was about to say, before I got muted last time, I did have a couple things that I wanted to address to this board. Since you said we need to address your board, all of y'all need to step down and quit.
Oh
Keith is a
boy.
criminal. Stacy is a criminal. You a criminal. You going to jail. The FBI came and raided this place. You can keep lying on TikTok and everything else and saying you ain't get raided, but you did get raided. That's the truth. All those threats you had people sending me, I know people in these streets too. And they told me who the people are that you've been sending after me. And you trust and believe that those threats are not going unnoticed. I have children in my house. So yeah, y'all can mute the mics if you want to, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why you don't look this way like you wouldn't look when Alexis Wilson was talking to you. But I got 3 minutes, right? I got 3 minutes. You see my hair? For the wigs that you promised you was going to buy people in the township? Do you see this? Do you see this? You want to ignore me, right? Like you didn't live across the street from my house for years. You ain't had 2 white best friends. I had white best friends. Where's your Susie and whoever else you was talking about?
See, I took off the wig.
I'm making a video using this.
So much.
I'm using this clip. You can't have this clip, Nate. You can't have this clip.
Up in Dolton. Where did you really grow up at? Because I ain't see you in none of our grammar schools.
She ain't even from Dolton.
Who do you know? Ooh. Nobody. That's why you ignoring us. All these victims out here, not victims, survivors. They're all surviving Henyard. That's the new thing, surviving Henyard. This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace. And you won't step down? You have all these people out here crying their hearts out because of the things that your officers did to them. And you want to talk to your lawyer and ignore me, right? That's just ridiculous. I have kids that have been bothered by the threats that you had people send after me. But don't worry about it. The police have it. I hope the FBI is listening too. FBI, holler at me. Your favorite survivors. Y'all can hit me up on YouTube or whatever. But please let them know that those threats that I sent them, I'm coming to 211 wherever they at downtown this week, and I'm going to restart this case because you're not getting away with it. And residents, I'm so sorry that she won't step down, especially to the survivor. I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it because I mean it. She don't mean it. Thank you.
You know once the wig came off.
The next person.
Yeah, Keith Cribbin, he's indicted. They're the only people indicted up there.
So I think it was just a little hostile, just slightly.
Yeah, I think she was.
Good evening.
Tiffany.
My name is Cara Wilson. I'm the mother of Alexis Wilson.
All right, we have to have another
brutally
fire
murdered
now.
by Dolton, Illinois police. So on the night Alexis was murdered, the officer on the scene, Ryan Perez, was a serial killer. My daughter was his 4th victim.
What?
Tiffany promoted him, made him detective. He quit. Why would he quit? He just got a raise and a promotion. I guess after you kill 4 black people, you get a raise and a promotion. I don't know. But this man is a serial killer. So if he's in your town, watch for him. They violated her rights. Your officers punched my daughter in her face holding his flashlight, and she ran. Within 52 seconds, he was punching her, and she was running. The officer on the right climbed in the vehicle while Alexis was sitting at 10 and 2. The first officer knocked her glasses off so she couldn't see a thing. So she had her face in the windshield and her hands at 10 and 2. As she hit that corner 4 seconds after being punched, 4 seconds, she saw the guy sitting, the officer on the right side. She starts screaming. This is on the body cam you haven't released yet.
That's true.
Release the full body cam to the public. As she began to turn, she saw that officer in her vehicle and she started screaming. And that man put 2 bullets in her head and 5 down her side because her arms were still at 10 and 2. So how did he get clear shots straight down her side if she was doing anything other than holding that damn steering wheel? They murdered her. They murdered her and you tried to help them cover it up. We're going to get the truth. Thank you.
Well, we
All
have
right,
something else to look into now.
Yeah, there's some more stuff.
This is what happens when you just repeat the talking points and check all the boxes. You get people like Tiffany Henyard.
Yeah.
Did such a thing, you know. because I didn't want to be ignored. And I'm here today. I'm calling you ass because you know me.
Turn up a little bit.
Anybody sitting up there. And I did not appreciate what happened September the 1st. And to Lacey, I didn't appreciate what happened the first time I was bringing my grandson to a village board meeting, which was November the 20th, 2023. And keeping me out of these meetings was going to do what? You see, everybody's here now 12-fold over. So everything you all have done has rotten and failed. And then they're going to take your vessel right into a cell to the lawyer. I am absolutely livid with you. You sit here and you watch an abundance of disrespect, inhumane treatment. And are you the one that's getting ready to bow out to go hang out with the bears? What is that telling any of you all up there? No, I'm telling you all, y'all ain't gonna get to sell Dolton out. So don't keep sitting there like you ain't did anything wrong. You have done wrong in abundance. I don't like nobody violating my right. And if you think I'm gonna move around here and be concerned, you should think again. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure. You crossing that line with my grandson, you gave me every reason to ensure that y'all end up like Terrence, Illinois. And if y'all ain't got enough intelligence or educated or communicate enough, because you're messy as hell, excuse me. Look it up. They shut the whole damn police department down and they had the board on board. You ain't got to be on board, Mayor, because you're not going to have no say-so. And Freeman, you knew about your lifestyle when you came. Why didn't you keep it where it was? Because we don't appreciate it here. And this is for my grandson.
All right. Lifestyle.
You call the next person.
What does she mean by that?
That seems like they know each other and there's a whole bunch of issues.
Yeah, that's something really personal.
All right, here's somebody
Good
else.
evening.
She looks unhappy.
First of all, thank you all the residents that made it in. And considering what we went through the last meeting with all the people outside the way they are, there's no reason it should have been that way again this time.
That's true.
I am pleased that Trustee Holmes is not here, although I asked him to suspend himself with a little integrity. I don't think he's done that yet. But more importantly, I'm trying to figure out why Delgado won't unask that seat. And I meant just what I said, Mr. Delgado, unask that seat.
That's the law firm.
You got $1.2 million between us and the township. You can go home and play with your checkbook or whatever you play with. But sitting up there, you need to go. You don't protect us. You don't represent us. You represent the mayor. First of all, it is misconduct. And if there's anything I can do about it, it's going to be done. You represent the mayor against the people's trustees. What kind of bullshit is that? And you call yourself our lawyer. You call yourself our lawyer. It tells me what you think of us, that you show up here. And the same thing with you, Keith. The nerve of you all to put your asses in front of us when you disrespect us the way you do. Thank you.
All right, call the next person.
He's going through the list.
All right, call the next person.
She might better get up there. She's going to say meeting adjourned.
Unask that seat. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
All
Board
right.
of Trustees, the four of you. Again, Mayor, I don't know why you do the same things and expect something different. I mean, here you are, once again, you knew the demand for people to be here at the meeting today, a public meeting, and once again, you lock people out. You're restricting their First Amendment right, and I don't know why you keep doing the same thing. I'm flabbergasted. Also, I would want to say this because you've always said, let me educate y'all. Let me educate y'all.
On how to steal cars?
And it's insulting. I mean, what are your credentials? You don't have the wherewithal to educate a preschooler, and you're trying to educate us who have degrees and other things. I mean, it is insane. Please retire that phrase. It's egregious at this point. Let me educate y'all. I don't understand it. And then, you're always saying, fake news, they hating on me, fake news. We're like, I mean, why would anyone just want to hate on the mayor? I mean, you have to give them a reason to want to hate you, and you've given everyone several. You're not accountable. You don't respect people that have a different opinion or opinion that goes against yours. You're not qualified at this point. You're not qualified for that seat for various reasons. We're not even going to talk about like the grammar. I mean, that's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Keith Freeman, let me not forget about you and that deer in headlight look you had on the news. I mean, it was priceless. It was epic because I sat here and watched you when you locked people out of this village hall. You had an arrogant, superior demeanor about yourself. I think you were eating something, and it was just so flagrant. And so it served you right to be in the position that you were. And I hope you get everything that's coming to you. Chief Lacey, you're bogus. I saw the whole live with Jedediah. You literally concocted a story, and you went and you made a report based on your imagination, basically, because what you said did not happen. He was live, and people were watching live. So, like, I don't know. I can't understand why you would just so blatantly, knowing your position, knowing the oath that you're sworn to, disrespect a citizen for no reason, really. I mean, other than a personal reason. You didn't have a legal reason. So that's my point. So, it's
birds of a feather flock together. That's why.
Time is ticking. People are waiting, and people are going to celebrate. I'm going to be right there. So anyway, have a good night, everyone.
All right, call the next person.
And Keith Freeman.
Let me not forget about you.
All right, call the next person.
It's giving me so much to work with.
Here we go.
This is the only thing I hate about when we got stuff on the agenda and we can't talk about it because you always put this first. But I need to know why we trying to buy property and we don't even know what's going on with our money. Are y'all trying to cover up the houses y'all done gave away to people? Y'all know y'all done gave some houses away and y'all trying to cover y'all asses. But it's not going to work because the FBI already know. The FBI already know. And Mr. Moore, you in trouble, baby. You could pray. God don't answer fraudulent prayers. You in trouble. They coming for you, baby, because you done signed off on all that garbage. They used you. They used you.
Oh my God!
You going to jail? All of y'all going to jail.
You going to jail?
What?
She's yelling at people. Well,
did I say what?
Y'all going to
Keith
jail.
Price, he's not a resident and he's here. He ain't got no voice to be here. We tired of paying for your makeup artists and your stylists. We tired of that. We shouldn't be paying for that. You get enough money from the township to pay for your own makeup and your own stylist. Why would you think that the residents have to pay for that? You are so stupid.
That's how she presented herself when she was
running.
And
that lawyer, he done used us. He driving in his
Y'all were cool with it at first.
He laughing at us with his white friends over the weekend smoking cigars. How they done just cheated Dolton and stole money from us.
This is better than that.
He done with us now. He got the bass now. He ain't worried. Y'all all need to be concerned up there because you know what? Y'all getting RICO charges. Y'all getting RICO charges because y'all have conspired to lie to the residents.
That's very true. A lot of the current
been stealing
movements now are based
that
on
property that's built on that corner. Mayor, you so silly. You didn't even have the nerve enough to bring it to the board, bring it to the citizens. You didn't even make sure that the town, some of the residents got the jobs over there on that construction site. But you know why? Because you doing pay to play, baby. They paying you. That's why. You're doing pay to play. The reason the business people didn't get their business license, because they wouldn't pay to play with you. That is why. And the FBI know. They know everything you're doing. And baby, you better come with those receipts, because if you don't, you probably played Kwame. Y'all played him, but the FBI sure enough gonna be knocking on your door at your house, coming to get your ass at 4 o'clock in the morning.
All right, can you call the next person?
they just calling her out.
Call the next person.
I love it.
You gotta make it. Yeah, this is better. Like this is better than diss track.
Oh man, I don't. Kendra's last song pretty good. I don't know. You Meet the Grams.
Yeah.
Good evening, residents.
Oh, not like us.
Good
I'm sorry.
evening, my four
This
trustees
woman
and my
said
four-
this is the one that said she was Mayor
It's
tried to kill her.
unfortunate that we had to go through this today, you know, standing up there for 2.5 hours. My
I'll
back
be right
started
back.
hurting, you know, and you had other seniors that's out there. I'm a senior now. And I just want to say this since I can't ask the question. The attorney that's stepped down, that should be a sign for all of you all, that when the attorney have stepped down
Oh, Timothy Delgado.
and you're done, you know, and it's a shame that you really don't think about your families. You know, I'm sure all of you all have children, mothers, other siblings, and you're throwing bricks at the penitentiary. You are going to be, and it's unfortunate, in a 6x8 cell in North Carolina, because you're going to the federal joint. And she didn't play it all of you all. All of you all that's sitting up there.
She's not lying.
And Stacy, I really like you, you know, and that's
I'm not logged in Streamlabs,
William
so I
Moore,
can't highlight y'all super chats.
I hope
But I'll let him know that when he comes
that
back.
you
Oh, there
can
he is.
handle
There we go.
jail.
Yeah.
Because jail is an awful place to be. You
Jail
know,
is one thing, prison is another.
Praise God, I was on the other
There's
side of the jail, but I was there for 30
Yeah,
years.
I've been-
So I suggest strongly
I
that
agree.
you all
This is crazy. I don't
take
know
you
why.
a tour at 26 in California and see what it's all about. But you'll be going to the federal joint on, to my understanding, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you'll get chicken. On Fridays, you'll
going
get
to the
fish.
federal joint. On Friday,
And
you'll
your
get fish.
people have to take a plane to come and visit you, and hopefully they keep you in their mind to put money on your books, because that's the reality.
You go ahead
And
and
that includes
That commissary is important.
2 of the trustees, you know, and it's a sad day that you don't think about your family, because what you do affect everybody in your house.
She don't care.
Everybody, your children, your mother. You know, one lady asked me in Menards, she asked me about Tahoe Tiffany's mother. Well, where's her mother? Can her mother say anything to her? I say, ma'am, I don't know a mother like that. I don't know.
Ma'am, your time is up.
Okay.
All right,
So,
call the next
yeah,
person. Your time
thank
is
you.
up. Next person.
I'm gonna give you $1 on the books, though, each one of you.
I
are.
know, but you gotta chill out about my mama. I know that.
Don't talk about my papa.
Ooh. I can steal from you. Don't you say anything about
I'm a
my
trustee,
mother.
Edward Steve. You know, a wise man was said that when you see people fall,
not.
don't laugh, learn.
Rob you blind.
That's true.
We're watching the fall of this administration, and you see these people coming in and they're investigating stuff. I don't want to laugh, but I want to learn of what not to do. The most precious thing we got is the taxpayers' dollars. And when you see it getting blown,
Every time I look at this guy, it's
and
like looking into the
and it's
future.
mismanaged, and they not paying bills. Trustees getting emails about not paying bills. Who's the finance chair? Stan Brown. Does he say anything? I can get my daughter to get up here and read numbers. If you ain't get elected, just read numbers, Stan.
He's a former
You gave Riley
trustee, isn't he?
hell.
Yes.
All y'all gave Riley hell. And y'all
He
held
runs
him
the Dolton
accountable
trustees, too.
to be right, to be a good man.
YouTube page.
And now you don't say nothing. You quiet. You don't have a finance committee meeting. You don't let nobody know nothing. And you sit up there, your name was on the newsstand. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Stan Brown, the senior trustee. No, he's not the senior, oldest trustee, and he's the oldest one that can give wisdom to a lot of people. He's old enough to be the mayor's father. And you don't say nothing? You quiet? It's an embarrassment to see people who fought for things before. Now you in it, now you don't say nothing. So it's hard to see the financial reality of the village. The trustees deal with it all the time, getting emails, not getting paid. They don't pay this. This is not being paid. So I just want to say that. Also, she still got Kiana's picture not up there. So all the trustees should take their pictures down until they put her picture up. And to hear what they did to Sister Fania, to see them cover that stuff up, to hear that story, and you don't have no heart for that. Stan, you was in Vegas. You know what happened, and you didn't say nothing. So it's disappointing to hear that. We want better in our community. Here, this is when it's going to take. Next election, we got to vote her out. Period. We can't have a bunch of people run. That's how she got in by 100 votes. And I know 82%. She got one by 120 votes, 4% of the vote. So that's how we're going to win this next time. We got to get her out. We got to unite around one person, which is Jason House. That's who we're uniting around. And we're not going to split this vote up. And that's how we take our community back. It's not going to be, you can be all this. This is well and good. But it's going to take the voter registration, people vote, and unify around one person.
Be in jail anyway, so
make sure you subscribe to our Don't Trustee YouTube page.
There it is.
Keep watching our interviews, and we put the truth out here because she's going to keep online. Everybody saying fake news. Do y'all still have financial reports? Do y'all have any financial reports of the village? Any trustees have any financial reports? Stan, you have the finance chair. Do you have it? And if you do, you should give it over. They're still hiding the spending of what they're doing. They're still hiding, even though you go to court and say you need to turn over. She don't follow the courts. She don't follow nothing. So anytime you hiding your spending, what are you hiding? Turn over the debt of this village. See what's going on. And that's how we're going to change this community. Right. Thank you so much.
Next person.
Man spoke the truth.
That's why we got to hurry him and get him out of there.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor Henyard, I would like to say I respected you. I respected you. And I feel as a young Black woman, you let us all down.
Of course.
When you go to the grocery store and you make your purchase, what do you have? You have receipts. You have told us time and time again that you have the receipts. You have the receipts. You have the receipts. As a mother, when my child lies to me, I tell them, okay, prove it to me. Prove to me that you did not lie to me. Open your room door. Let me see that my brush is not in your room.
Just so everybody understands where we're at right now. This is public comment. The meeting hasn't started yet. This is just public comment.
Being honest, it has nothing to do with shaming a Black woman in power, nor shaming the super mayor, as you so infinitely call yourself, with a whole bunch of flyers and billboards. Yeah, the little heart was cute, but I really don't appreciate the way you played my son out of his money for the little dance camp that you also promised him,
and she's giving it right
that
back.
everyone else does not know about. You know, this whole township can be saved, but it's going to take more than us. It is going to take the Lord God himself to save this township from all of this corruption. It's going to take God, it's going to take votes, and it's going to take for us to come together as one. And maybe she's up there choking on all the lies that she has told us thus far.
No, it's crab legs.
Okay, Thornton Township. Okay, we need to take our township back and put it in more capable hands. It's not that we are stalking the Black woman in power. It's just the wrong Black woman, a Black woman who does not know how to manage finances. How can you be in
power? Let's start there.
Constantly spending. If I don't have any money in my bank account, I'm certainly not going to overdraw my account. The account is being overdrawn, and who's footing the bill? We are. My taxes went up $10,000 for my property in Thornton Township.
Wow.
And I had to fight like hell to get it reduced to what it should be. My paperwork for my exemption
the wrong Black woman.
magically disappeared. I once worked as a nurse, and I know that from paper charting, if that paperwork does not say what the supervisor wants it to say, that paperwork.
I'll pause it because I can't hear you.
I was about to get into a rant. That's what bothers me about this whole thing that people keep missing.
And
the fact that they're trying to check boxes is how Tiffany got in power in the first place. Rather than finding somebody
hold on. To rip up those things, which is why we don't have them.
Good. Try to give your comment at the break because it's hard to hear when they're talking.
I was going in my rant, man. I was getting it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You good?
Hey,
I'll pause it though. If you wanna.
No, we good.
I just wanted to say this. I was sitting back quietly. I'm a minister in the community, a youth director in the community. And more than the hurt and the pain that I'm seeing from these residents that are broken, wounded because of some of the stuff that has taken place in this administration, I want to speak for the young people in this community. I've been dealing with young people since I was 19 years old working at the South Suburban YMCA. I've seen some of them come through some of the hardest times of their lives, being on Prozac, Ritalin. I have to take them under my wing. Now today I look at, in the city of Dolton, how do our young people look at us as adults? We try to figure out why our young people are doing what they're doing, why they have no care, why they're relentless, why they're ruthless, and what are our leaders doing in our communities? If our leaders aren't living up to a morality and a standard that is going to be a good examples for them, what do we expect from them to do? We sow the seeds. And I'm not saying you guys are going to, whatever position you guys are going to be in later, you go to jail, whatever. I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking on the future of our generations, because our young people need to see Black men standing up for righteousness, standing up for truth. When we see deaths in our cities, are we just going to sit back and let our positions be more prioritized than the lives that we're seeing laid out on the street? I hope I'm seeing 6, 7 Black men sitting up there, and the reputation that I'm hearing. I have 5 children that I refuse to take a position that I know I'm going to be corrupt in, because I stand for righteousness more than I stand for money. And I let my kids know every day they're kings and queens, but they can't be kings and queens over a city that's corrupt unless they're going to change. I'm advocating for our men to step up. Those that sit silently and watch the abuse that happens, young women getting assaulted. Where are we gonna make a change? I've been on many protests. I done been in jail for protesting. I've laid in front of Obama House. I've stood in front of Trump building. And I see more women standing out there than I do men. And I see men sitting here watching the injustice happen in their community, and they're more concerned about the money. So I'm not judging you. I'm asking you guys, make better decisions. And if you got to step down, it don't hurt. Put somebody better in the position.
Just pause it. I don't do the ads. It's YouTube who does the ads. So
position that's going to help the community.
All right.
I expect a little bit more from him.
Yeah. What were you saying real quick?
Public comment. Next, we have general announcement.
I think we got one more.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
First, I would like to invite everyone to Tea with the Trustees, May 11th at 9:30 at the Lester Long Fieldhouse. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that's out there. I have a couple of comments because I'm sure they won't get answered, but our meeting starts at 6:30. And it's unfair that we have to wait till 7:10, 7:15 to start a regular scheduled meeting based on one person. If a quorum is here, I believe that we should start the meeting, and it's not fair. I think it's being inconsiderate of people's time, and the fact that you always say, let's take care of the business, and move forward. Secondly, I see that, and I'm going to say this because while the people standing outside were outside, there were some people that tried to come upstairs and have a seat. And now they're sitting behind where employees are. I think it's unfair
that people that's not residents, whether whoever it may be, they should not be sitting anywhere where it is employee. And the reason, excuse me.
Okay, you out of order.
Excuse me.
Out of order.
And the reason I say this is because I came here, and I am an elected official of the village of Dolton, and they wouldn't let me pass the door. Said that they were given the instructions that we could not come in the building. So I don't have the nerve or anybody to be sitting as if they were an employee of the village of Dolton when I'm an elected official, elected by the people, and can't come in the building. I'm offended. Now, let me get to the last thing, where you sit here and send out this Dolton Proud pamphlet, and we got it at the last meeting that came. This is nothing but an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. It's campaign material, and it's full of lies. And then all the time while this was going on, the slap in the face that you would sit there and say, Lifetime Achievement Award to Andrew Holmes, and you knew what happened.
What? Wait.
Hold on.
Wait.
So the guy who is under investigation for sexual assault, she gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Wait. That so.
Well, let's continue. I don't. Let not hold it too long. That's crazy. That's insane.
The propaganda.
This is a slap in the face. So the next time whoever gives you the bright idea to put this stuff out, I hope it came out your personal campaign fund, because this is nothing but campaign material. And I'm sure because it got township stuff in it, the township credit card paid for it.
Wow.
I'm done.
All right. Is there anybody else for a general announcement?
Insanity.
Is there anybody else?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Happy Monday. I would first like to invite everyone out to our 3rd annual family skate night. Please join us. I believe that a family that
can you hear her?
Together, so Friday, June 7th, Linwood Skating Rink. Join us from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We love to have you. In order to register, please call me 708-968-4297, or feel free to email me at bnorwood@villageofdalton.org. I also, for all of the parents out there, we have some tickets to the White Sox game for May 16th, Thursday. So if you all could give me a call, if you have children that's interested, please give me a call. We just want to have some fun, right? That's the goal. And just overall, last but not least, I'm just saddened by the state of our community at the moment. I can't put into words how the goal is to show up and fight for the residents. But when you have a situation where, again, we'll be here, the meeting started at 6:30, we don't start to 7:10, and then as soon as we're ready to make comments as elected officials, we know that we're going to be rushed, because then we're going to be pressed for time. I would just like to say that residents, hang in there. As your trustee, I'm going to continue to show up, right? I'm going to continue to demand transparency, no matter how frustrating things could get. And I truly believe that the change is going to come. So happy Monday, everyone. Let's hang in there.
All right. Anyone else? For general announcements?
If I could be recognized.
Go ahead.
Okay. This Sunday, Mother's Day, Mrs. Felita Creighton, many know her, is again hosting her annual Mother's Day brunch.
Smart off.
1 o'clock. There will be a ton of food. So those that are interested, there are $30 tickets to this event. It's Sunday at Dolton Park District, 1 p.m. For those that would like to get a donated ticket, please, you can reach out to Trustee Norwood, Trustee Tammy Brown, myself, or Kiana Belcher, and we have some tickets that we can donate on your behalf. And please come out and everybody celebrate. There will have the men serving the moms in the community, wearing suits and ties, white gloves. We think it will be an amazing time. So we really encourage everybody that can, please come out and enjoy. And there will also be a comedy show. Separate from that, I also want to acknowledge this as Clerks Week. So I ask everybody, if you love your clerk the way that the board does, we want to encourage, please send well wishes and just praise for all of the hard work that our clerk does. So that would and that concludes my comments. Thank you.
All right. Any more general announcements?
Yeah, I'd like to speak on one.
All right, go ahead.
Right now, the grass is growing high and the weeds are coming upon us. And at this time, school will be out in sometime this month. We're looking for 16 and up young men and young women that would like to come cut grass for our seniors and throughout the whole township area. So at this time, you can have the youngsters, if you know any, to call 708-596-6040.
This is just so everybody understands. This is a Tiffany A. Henyard sycophant. He went on the trip to Vegas too.
Extension 4007 or either 4008. We're looking for young men, young women that will come out and help service our seniors over the age of 60. Thank you.
All right.
Is Andrew Holmes one of them?
Good point.
Anyone else? Okay, guys, there's no public comment at this time. All right, anybody else for general announcement? Did she say her? Brown, Trustee Brown? No. All right, next on the agenda is mayor's report. So.
Okay, here we go.
There's a lot that's been going on in our community.
Oh, we know.
And now it is my time to tell you guys what's been going on. Despite all the noise and all the mess that's going on around you, I want to sit and talk to you guys about what it is we do as management here in the village of Dolton. So first, I want to say that I am vetoing the message related to April 8th, 2024. It was the special board meeting / secret squirrel board meeting. So I am vetoing that entire, whatever y'all did that day. I don't really know. I don't keep up with y'all's meetings. So I just want to put that out there on the record. Something else I would like to talk about is the events. Mayor, the mayors. What I love about people that's trying to work together. I like the fact that you guys reach out to me. Y'all send me prayers. Y'all uplift me when times are hard. So I thank you guys that are keeping me in your blessings. For Mother's Day, we have a Mother's Day celebration. It will be hosted by Thornton Township, and it will be on May 11th. It will be from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., and it will be at 333 East 162nd Street. And it is a comedy show. So come out. If you did not register, please do so. I don't know if it's still open or closed, but that will really, really be great. And it is free to all residents throughout Thornton Township. And for those that are looking forward to anything we do, all you have to do is go on our website and you can sign up for all our upcoming events. We also host monthly big bingo events every third Thursday of the month. And it's also at 333 East 162nd Street. Please come out. That is also free. All you have to do is sign up and be a part of that. We make sure you eat, we dance, we laugh, we have fun, but we listen to residents. Another big one that I'm really proud of is Thornton Township Talk. Well, we talk to the residents as relates to Thornton Township. And then we also have conversation with the mayor. We have one coming up this month. We're going to send something out as relates to the date and time so you can hear from your mayor and the things that's been going on in our community that really matters to you residents. July 3rd is our parade and fireworks show here in our village. As you guys know, it's been over a decade since we had our parade here in Dolton. Currently, we hosted at Thorn Ridge High School right off of Cottage Grove. We did it for the last 3 years that I've been mayor, and we will do it again this year, and it will be going on from 9 a.m. until, of course, about 8, 9 o'clock at night. If you would like to be a vendor, if you sell food, sell products, things of that nature, please sign up. You can reach out to SCUI to sign up for the parade. The parade you sign up for in the morning. We walk at 9 or 10 a.m. It's all in the registration form. So that's really, really exciting. Next, we're going to go to the video. So one of my videos that we did was the Easter recap. This is just to show you things that you missed on the last meeting. We had several things to show you because at the end of the day, guys, with all the mess, I just want to show you what we do as a community, how we keep unity amongst our village, and what we do as it relates to outreach. So if you look to the screen to my right, your left, you can see our Easter recap.
Mayor Tiffany, superwoman right there. She does Tiffany, superwoman right there. She does everything that the community
making sure her community is happy and the children are happy. And I'm very grateful.
Drag, I want to ask you one question before we continue to watch this propaganda piece. Does she really think people are fooled? Because this is going to fool people. Does she really think that people are going to look at this video and be like, oh my God, I've been wrong all this time?
I thought this was a joke. Like I thought this was her like trolling like the people. If anybody was doubting if this woman was delusional, this right here shows you, because she paid money for someone to edit this, right? That, like, there's no question in my mind that this woman is absolutely freaking delusional. Yeah, because she genuinely does think that people are going to buy this.
Yeah, I think, but don't get me wrong. This may work on some people, but I think the vast majority of people, like the FBI, we want to talk about the FBI. We want to talk about this. You know what I mean?
You don't think it's going to work on the FBI?
No, I don't think this is working on the FBI.
Happy Easter, everyone.
I love the mayor. She is awesome. I love the way she's helping. I love the mayor. She is awesome. I love the way she's helping everyone out there. All we do is love on each other, give out free food, or your eggs, your milk, the things that cost you so much for us. We get great Easter day.
They messed up the audio.
143-12 Greenwood. When I became mayor, it was nothing but a wooded forest area. We cut down all the trees and we turned it into this right here. And then we also redid the rest of our courts. We have the first one is for the top.
Their video's choppy.
And the last is for the dots. And they have 3 different colors and they're adjustable rings. So that was really nice as well. So if you don't know about this location, please drive down Greenwood and you'll see what I'm speaking of, and you admire the beauties of the village of
This is propaganda.
It's unbelievable. So she had 2 people praising her.
All of the kids love all the different characters. We have bouncy houses, we have face painting, we have so many things going on.
Oh, that's her talking about it in the background.
So again, if you're interested in any events that we host here in our village or in our township, you can go to either one of our websites and you can basically partake in them. Next, we have a feel-good piece.
Another feel-good piece.
Wait, where did the trustees go?
They're still there.
Someone
maybe to the bathroom. Oh, she went to the bathroom.
Okay, here's what the media don't show you. So we want to highlight the great things throughout our community.
Okay, here we go.
This is the club is here. I'm out famous for our community. I pushed cars out of water. I made sure everybody was safe. We went door knocking and we gave everybody water on 100-degree weather. We tore down eyesores. As you can see, we would clean up everything. We repaved alleys, streets, sidewalks, things that I know you guys been crying about for years that never got fixed.
Crying about.
So he was just happy that his grandbaby can play on the sidewalk because there was no sidewalk. It was all messed up. These are our upcoming projects: our food truck with a pavilion, our doggy park, our water park, and that was also something we put on the agenda. $600,000 grant that the board did not vote for 3 different times. So I go get the money and I bring it back to this board, but the board chooses not to vote for certain things. This is our main water replacement pipe, something that never been done in the history of Dolton, and as you can see, it's getting done under my watch. So all the things that you should know about, should care about, those are the things that I entertain, not the mess and all the media that comes to our community. So this right here is been a long time waiting. So you got Stacy out there. I remember when our tank exploded and we basically came out, drained it, and thank God we was not taking water from that tank. And now we're currently working on getting it repaired. Tree service, we was getting trees trimmed, which you guys wanted, because you guys couldn't see down the block. And that was said because once we trimmed the trees, some of you guys did not even need new light poles. That was thank you to the Dolton Police Department, all the guns that they took off the streets. So that's something great, but no one shadows all these good things that they do. All the food we get back to the community, grounds was wrapped all the way down to here. All the way to Sydney.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you to Mayor Henyard. And thanks a lot for what you're doing because it actually helps a lot of people.
So as you can see, there's a ton of people that love what it is that I do for our community. And I just want to showcase that. And that's why y'all see me honestly growing. Because that's what it's all about right here. The stuff you don't see nobody else doing.
Everybody create chaos, which this board has done, but they don't do the work. I do the work. My work speaks for itself. And I can't do nothing but show you that. Judge me on my work. So this is a conversation with the mayor. I host it here where you are now, and we talk about different things. So when you ever want to come and talk to me, ask me questions, things of that nature, you can come here and see for yourself. This is when I was promoted to another position, and that's what I tell you, when the lies don't work, it's God telling me. And this was a toy giveaway for Christmas. That was really dope. A lot of people came out, really enjoyed that. And that's what it's about. Once again, allowing kids to get a gift that they truly love. It wasn't no Dollar Tree toys. These was actual great toys for the kids. So that just give you an example of what it is we do in our community.
Yeah. The
Now,
tree trimming
some other
scam.
things that you might wanna, pay attention to, residents, is the projects that we're working on. We're working on several projects. Again, y'all know I'm known as the grant mayor, grant super mayor. And what I do is I go get money, bring it back to our community, and I make sure we put it back in our community. Right now, I just spoke of the water main relocation project. We're working on that now. That was about $660,000. We're working on alley sidewalks and a repayment project that will be coming up in the next month. You know about the 154th Street project. Myself and Mayor DeGraff partner with that with both our communities. It's going from our area, which is right here on Chicago Road, all the way down through South Park, which turns to South Holland. So that will be coming up in August. So be looking forward to that. Then we also have a $2.7 million grant for lead service line replacement project. That is coming up. That's a grant that we did receive. We also got $150,000. That's for the water service lines. That's the little card you got in the mail where you have to check your pipes and then take a picture of it and send it back to the company. These are all things under my administration that we have done and secured for our community. A lot of other positive things that you got coming up is, again, unity amongst community. That's us rebuilding our community, telling people what's going on.
Now, I'm turning it down because only thing she's doing now is campaigning. This is a campaign speech. She's on full campaign mode. No?
Yeah, no, that's exactly. I mean, all this propaganda is like even the little pamphlet that Trustee Belcher brought up earlier. That's all propaganda.
I want to dispel some
This
of
is
the
all-
lies and
it's
some
that.
of the rumors that you guys always get.
Here we go. Here's the lies and rumors.
And that's why a lot of people come and listen to me because they don't hear the mess in the background.
Let's
A
talk
lot
about
of
the
people
lies.
sell one side of the narrative, but you guys never come and get the other side. A lot of times this board sells you off of fake news, which is they come out and they film things and they put our community in a bad light. At the end of the day, guys, I say this and I mean this. We have to still live here. When they leave, we have to fix what's broken. And you cannot keep up chaos, keep up mess, and bring it to your community and point the finger. Don't think it's three more not pointing back at you. So what I try to teach is I lead with love and I try to educate the public on the things they don't know. Thank you so much. On the things that they don't know, such as your taxes. I know this last board meeting, I see Trustee House left because he said that he did not vote to increase your property taxes. Yet the board put out that I raise your taxes. I don't even vote for taxes, but the board voted and raised your property taxes. But I want to show you this because at the end of the day, like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So I want to show you in black and white. And I always tell you, do your homework. You can FOIA it. You can go check it out. You can get the ordinances. That way you'll see who is doing what instead of being misled. Because right now, guys, you have been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. You've been led astray. You've been all these
But the
things.
FBI,
I'm trying to
everybody, huh?
show you what it is that you're missing. Okay, guys, let us finish. Okay, so here we go. Play the video.
Just so you know, somebody just said, "You're freaking crazy." And she's like, let's play the video.
Okay, guy.
Yeah, okay.
You can see that every single year, this board, including Trustee Belcher, Trustee Norwood, Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee Jason House, raise your property taxes every year by 4.99%. And I've been telling y'all that since day one. And this is the evidence to show you that no matter what, they raise your taxes. No matter what they tell you, what lie they put out, they raise your property taxes. And this is me at one of my meetings. Once again, I have meetings on it, and I explained to them how the taxes got raised. What did they do? Who raised the property taxes? Because at the end of the day, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. So all I can do is lead you to the facts and show you, and then you have to look at it for your own understanding so you can see what it is, what's going on in our community. So that's one video. We're going to post that, but I'm gonna let her. Can you fast forward it a little bit to the end, that way they can just see the tax thing? And no, I will not stop showing it. You will see it whether you want to or not. If you don't, close your eyes. But I just want you to know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please quiet down. You have to quiet down.
Okay, because at the end of the day, just because certain people in here don't want to hear it, don't mean that other people that's watching do want to hear it. So that's the whole point of us putting things out so that everybody can get both sides, whether you like it or not.
Isn't this public information?
It's supposed to be, but I don't know.
You
She's going to. That's 2017.
Okay, while he's fast forwarding,
7 years ago.
I just wanted to show you guys what that is.
2017.
Another video that we have, because I like to show facts.
But what are we looking at?
That you guys really should take heed to is one board meeting we had something. Well, okay, he's showing. Now wait till he's done with this. So this is basically showing the tax levies, and it's showing who voted for it. It's telling you each year, and it's highlighting the dollar amount so that you guys will know what it is. So if you really want to know where your tax money goes, who increases it, what happens, this is your proof right here. That's where you're wrong, miss. And that's why I told you, I can't make you drink the water. All I can do is lead you to the facts, and you either see it for what it is or you don't. So that's where we are with that. 2021, and there's your tax. So each year, if you go look it up, 4.99%. So for those that don't know, when y'all be saying, "Oh my God, they raised my taxes, they raised my taxes." Yes, they did raise your property taxes every single year. So I want to point that out.
So so she's showing documents, and they look like they're from the township, or I should say the village. Well, I don't know what these are, because all she's showing is a number, a dollar amount, and then she's showing a percentage. So I'm like, what is this supposed to show with a few signatures? I don't know what in her mind makes her think that people look at that and go, oh yeah, that shows that people who have been elected officials are doing elected official things that I don't like.
It's a presentation trick. If I say, hey, I have all the receipts, and I start waving pieces of paper around, right? I'm waving this card around. I have the receipts. You don't know what the hell that is, right?
Right.
But the fact that I have something to show you makes you feel like, okay, he's got something. He's holding something here, and he's calling the receipts. That's essentially what she's doing with these PowerPoints. I got receipts. Look at the receipts, but nobody can look at any of the fine details. And it's a nice little. It's essentially a lawyer's trick, but no, as you can hear from everybody in the crowd, ain't nobody falling for it.
Yeah.
All right, next video.
Next video.
Something that you really should worry about. I want to say maybe 2 board meetings ago, we talked about the budget. It could have been 3. And we spoke that we really needed to include Homewood Disposal. Homewood Disposal is our trash company, for those that don't understand how it works. This board levied for $15 million. Little did we know, like they always do. I told you, this was secret squirrel meetings, secret squirrel moments they have. They literally went and basically turned in the tax levy for last year. So when they did that, they only turned it in for $11 million and not the $15 million that we voted for. So just so you follow me, residents.
I thought she said she don't vote.
You are short. You out of order. You are short by $4 million. So by you being short by $4 million, now we have to figure out a way to pay Homewood Disposal. So the reason why I'm bringing this up to you, because it's going to hit your doorsteps, and they're going to try to blame the mayor, blame everybody else. But really, they didn't take care of their business as they should have, which is make sure that your trash was in the budget and that your trash will get picked up. So right now, we are short by $4 million because the board went, and I'm going to give you the dates because I want to put it in record. The board went on, Alice Key did this, a clerk again, always doing something illegal. She went and she stamped this and signed this. Here you go right here. You can zoom in. How you want? She signed on December 5th, 2023. December 5th of 2023. This is for the tax levy, and she did it for $11 million. Little did we know, the people that she had absent, and this her stuff. The people she had absent was Stanley Brown, Trustee Stan Brown, and Trustee Andrew Holmes. And then the rest of them voted for it. Trustee House, Trustee Norwood, Trustee Belcher, and Trustee Tammy Brown all voted for it. But little did we know that this was going on. So the next board meeting we had, that's why I'm trying to take you down memory lane so you can understand. The next board meeting we had,
What?
Which was?
All right. I'm just going to ask people in the chat because I'm not going to put a poll up. Give me a 1 if you understand what she's saying, what she's talking about. Give me a 2 if you don't understand what the hell she's talking about. I'm going to start it off with a 2 because I don't know I usually could easily follow this stuff, but I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
She's saying words. Like she's saying words.
She's proving it to herself.
Yeah, she's reciting, things on the paper that none of us can see. She's mentioning other trustees, and the word levy was used and taxes. And I'm just like, okay.
All right, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that doesn't understand what the hell she's talking about.
January 26th. When I say that the clerk all filed and all voted for the tax levy for $15 million, and you did not send that in. You sent in for $11 million and not the $15 million that the board voted for here. But this is what all we saw. It was myself, it was everybody here, but they only turned in the tax levy for $11 million, shorting us by $4 million. And this is what I'm talking about when they go do secret squirrel meetings without the entire body and we don't know about it and we find out about it later. And then they sit here and they come and say, well, we short and we got to try to fix this to fix that. Yeah, but you're the ones that fault. So then, moving forward, they said the email trail. You think I'm messing around with what I'm telling you? An email trail.
Yeah, she's pounding.
Hold on. Don't worry, y'all will see it. But you just listen.
Calm down, ladies and gentlemen.
Right now.
Calm down, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you want to see it, you got to calm down. Okay, you got to let her talk.
They sent a email screen of all of this. Don't worry about it. I'm real good at making videos.
In a minute,
you will get a video. You will get a video from me. Know that.
That's
so
what I was
anyway,
thinking.
if you just listen so you get the facts.
Yeah.
So close your ears then. All right, so on Homewood, so they asked right here in this message, and they said, hey guys, we need to find a way to pay Homewood because it's got to do with our trash. So that's what the problem is right now, currently. Right now, we have to find a way to pay $4 million for trash because the board did not put it in the budget. It has to go in the budget, guys. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. But this is the mess that's on my desk based off of people trying to keep up chaos and confusion, point fingers, and they the one that created it all. So I'm just showing you the facts so that you'll know what to do with it later. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to post it. I'm going to send a video out. I'm going to snapshot it. I'm going to put it in a magazine for you. I'm going to give you every way to understand it so you can understand that your village is in jeopardy because of people's hatred for your mayor.
My God.
People got to sometimes just stop with the mess and come and take care of the business so we can move forward and grow our village. Because at the end of the day, when I came in here, we cleared up a lot of things. We cleaned up a lot of things.
Quiet down, please.
And with that being said, I'm just happy to say that we're doing great. I'm going to basically address everybody at conversation with the mayor. You will hear about finances because they said they didn't have the finances. Then they said they do have the finances. Which one is it? If you don't got the finances, how you guys claiming it's a $7 million deficit? Come on, man. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Y'all got to pick and choose what it is. You either get the facts or you don't get the facts. So I am.
Just to refute that part, they did have the budget. They did have the financials. And the last time they had the financials, they were in $7 million deficit. That's how they know. Yes, it was $7 million back then.
Wasn't this the same lie when she went on Dr. What's his name?
Roland Martin.
Roland Martin's show.
Yeah.
This is the same thing that she was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Before it was a different excuse, but now she's got a whole new excuse. But the fact of the matter is, back then it was $7 million. So they haven't said they don't know what the budget. They're saying it could be more now, but back then, that's the problem.
Right.
It was $7 million back then. We don't know what it is now.
I'm sending all this to you through email, and you will have it available for you. Until then, the last thing that I would like to show on here is, do you have the lawsuit? And this one he put up on the screen. We have enough time to do this. It is on the agenda as well. So this lawsuit is from our ex police chief Robert Collins.
Ooh.
So
ex-police.
the same stuff that everybody always says. So I tell you, don't judge people. Wait till facts come out. Everybody jump ship, say this, say that, accuse people, and you wait till facts come out. You get the information, and you'll know what it is. So in this lawsuit, let me find it so I can read it to you.
Yes.
The other one, I'm gonna send it to you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about that.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to calm down. You got to wait. Okay, you're disrupting the meeting, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, I don't see it. But
Nobody
on
wants
that
to hear about
lawsuit,
this.
it
We want to hear about
says,
the FBI.
and I quote,
Right.
Robert Collins versus, thank you. You
It's
highlighted
about
it.
retaliation.
David Graham, plaintiff, versus the Village of Dolton, ex-police chief Robert Collins. He's being sued for retaliation, whistleblowing, and it said other things in this lawsuit. The whole lawsuit you can FOIA, and I will make sure I send you that as well. So when things happen in a community, and that's our ex-police chief, but no one talks about things that's going on. They just be quiet about that, but they get y'all all riled up on nonsense, but not the real stuff. So that is something that we will entertain this evening. That is up for a settlement because that's one of our police officers that's claiming that Robert Collins did these things, and now we have to settle that lawsuit with that individual. It is on the agenda. If you got the agenda already, you'll see it in the caption on letter C, I believe. So that is it. What I have this evening.
And retaliation.
Okay. What attorney want to elaborate a little more on the veto?
Thank you, Mayor. Madam Clerk, the mayor stated for the record that she was vetoing the appointment of Lori Lightfoot as additional counsel and the approval of the retainer agreement. For brevity, she's not going to read the entire veto message. I have a copy marked as Exhibit A. If you could attach it to the minutes as if fully set forth verbatim. Thank you.
Okay.
Veto and
the
Lightfoot.
lawyer, I am vetoing everything they did at their secret squirrel meeting, including Lori Lightfoot. As a mayor, all mayors know status quo, and all mayors know how this works. She was once a mayor, just like I am. You don't come to someone's house and not talk to them about whatever you feel you need to talk about. And not only that, it's veto power. So how dare you think you could come in someone's town and start working or doing something, even though we sent something stating it's illegal. We cited the code and everything in here, and she will not be paid for services. I know we talked about that, but I want to say this last sentence at the bottom of this veto. I am vetoing these two resolutions because the trustees have again exceeded their authority and by appointing Lightfoot as special investigator. The trustees have violated the village code, the Illinois Municipal Code, and the Open Meeting Act. There is a right way to do things, and this is just not it. So that's at the end of it, but in the beginning of it all, it explains exactly how it works with appointment. For those that don't understand how government works and who has the sole power, can I finish? Thank you so much. If you don't understand how it works, and again, I'm gonna educate you, ladies and
gentlemen, quiet now, please.
The president is the only one that gets to appoint. For those that don't understand how it works, Mayor Lightfoot knows this. They rinky-dink attorney knows this, and so do they. So all I'm saying to you is that once people keep on commenting and they put on this little media frenzy for what? It's basically media theater. That's all it is. It's a show. We are clickbait for those that's on the outside looking in. So all I'm saying to you guys is appointment power is solely that of the mayors and only the mayors. I am the one that appoints the board as it relates to my cabinet up here, and then also the attorneys. Last but not least, I would like to say to Delgado, I appreciate everything you have done for our village. I love the fact that you've been with us today one, and you have never ever gave up on us. I like the fact that you have run every case against that dude right there that's been trying to take our money. So I appreciate that, and that's the thing that I know that people don't like to give credit when credit's due. You have won every case, and you made sure the village has been victorious throughout it all, and I just love you for sticking with us. So thank you so much for that, because people don't want to give you your flowers and your credit when you do. And for those that don't know, he is called a super lawyer, just like your super mayor. How about he's going to super jail, just like the super mayor.
Who said that?
That would end
Who
my
said that?
report as it relates to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to quiet down. Lieutenant, please go in order.
Okay, y'all. Okay, so if you guys go to
Ma'am, you will be escorted out. You have to calm down, ma'am.
All right, next on the agenda is village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. So now that you just heard all the fake news, when we talk about fake news, I would like Attorney McGrath to talk to you about the true facts of the tax levy. The clerk doesn't do anything unless it goes through the board and the legal department. I don't just sign names on paperwork until it has been completed fully. So Attorney McGrath, if you would like to go to the mic back there, or you can come into my mic, whatever, and you can speak.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You are correct. As far as the tax levy, there was a proposed tax levy by the mayor. It was not moved forward by the mayor, the administrator, or the board. It sat out there. There was no tax levy. If no tax levy is filed with the county is set to miss out on, it was about $14 million. So the board called a proper special meeting, passed the tax levy in the proper amount, same as last year with no 4.9 increase. And there will be no increase in the tax property bills as far as the village's portion of the tax property.
That's not true.
They're getting ready
Thank
to
you much, very much, Attorney McGrath.
Y'all send it out.
Now I would like to actually give the village clerk's report. Now, each month, the village clerk submit minutes to go on the agenda. Each month, my minutes are not placed on the agenda to be approved by the Board of Trustees. Last week, I submitted 4 sets of minutes for 4 meetings that we recently had, March 21st, April 1st, and then 2 on April 8th. Why my minutes are not being put on this agenda to be approved, I do not understand. I don't have them with me, or I will, and I don't want to take up this meeting. But this board is a Board of Trustees meeting, right? The board don't get to put anything on the meeting agenda, and neither do I. The agenda was removed from my office so that the mayor can control the agenda. That's why no one up here can put anything on this agenda but her. This is not the Tiffany Henyard meeting. This is the Board of Trustees meeting. So she should not be the only person who can place things on this agenda. You want to sit here and put us down for doing our job. We don't have to put up a fake video. We don't have to go out here and pretend we're doing this and that. We do everything from our heart. And you know what? We spend money out of our pocket. We don't send receipts to the village of Dolton, because if we did, we wouldn't get reimbursed. Everything we do, we pay for it ourselves. So to sit up in here and constantly be belittled, this is not how you conduct business.
True.
We should not be national news. Dolton wasn't even known until she became the mayor.
Sorry.
And it's not for anything great. We should not have this much media sitting in this room right now. So if we want to talk,
uh-oh.
They got somebody who
Commander Harris, Commander Raleigh.
Somebody
Commander
yelling.
Raleigh. Okay, all right.
they got somebody who get
Also reference.
kicked out the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can fast forward past this.
Okay, guys.
All right, here we
Okay.
go.
Just so everybody understand the rules. When you guys are being out of order, listen, you want the rules or you don't? You can't have it your way. You got to listen to what I'm saying. So when somebody's out of order, they are removed from that. We have an ordinance that says you cannot be disorderly in a board meeting. We have an ordinance that says that. So if it say that, then that means if someone say you have to be removed, and that's why they end up removing you out of the meeting if you're being disorderly. So to let you know how it goes. So if he's saying give you another chance, you can fix that. That's fine. I'm just telling you the rules. But them the rules. So next time you have to go. I'm just telling you what it is.
okay, so
okay, all right,
so let me finish.
Moving on.
Quiet, please, ma'am. Any more outbursts, you will be removed.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Just say whatever you got.
Any more outbursts, you will be removed.
So I'm going to finish, guys. So you just mentioned that we have to follow the ordinances of the village, and you don't follow any of them. So let's talk about who's following ordinances.
Well,
you do not follow them. So, I mean, I would respect that everyone would, but they're not being followed by her as well. And I can go through a whole laundry list of them, but I won't today. So when people get up here and try to downplay us and ridicule us and slander us, you know, I have to speak up because I'm normally here. I try to be quiet, but I'm not going to let anyone sit here and lie on me and lie on this board. You know, this is just uncalled for. So I'm done with my report because I can't give a report because they won't put my information on the agenda.
Okay, thank you. Next, you got village administrator. Go ahead, village administrator.
Keith Freeman.
Oh boy.
Overall tax revenue is up $2.7 million from the prior year. Just receiving the first installment of 2023 tax levy in February and March of 2024 versus receiving the first installment
of 2022 tax levy in March and April of 2024. Permit revenue has increased by $137,000, and red light revenue has increased by $210,000, and ticket collection has increased by $88,000 because March 2023 outstanding tickets consisted of $3,584,115. Grants increased by $433,000 based on the CDBG grant, and overall general fund revenue is $3,426,664.38 above the prior year due to property tax collections and the CDBG grant. Utility billing is $81,000 above the prior year, consisting of $151,000 in residential billing and a $94,000 decrease. General administration and other professional services and other contractual services are reflecting a $318,000 decrease and a $46,000 increase compared to the prior year. And the fire department is $72,000 below its prior year. Sanitation is reflecting a $7,000 decrease compared to the prior year, and the water fund has recognized a $962,000 more in expenses. The general fund overall fund balance deficit is $833,528.91. That'll conclude my report, Mayor. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
He's going to change his last name.
Yeah.
Stacy.
Free man.
Thank you, Mayor Henyard. Good evening, all. This is the productivity report for April 2024. Public Works completed 7 V-box repairs, 7 sewers have been repaired, 10 sewer lines have been cleaned, 58 locations for potholes have been filled, 5 alleys have been cleaned, 6 emergency trees cut down, 45 properties cut and cleaned, 2 water main breaks repaired, and 8 stop signs installed. The mechanics for Public Works have completed 30 jobs to the Public Works Department, 5 jobs to the Police Department, and 1 job to the Fire Department. As of April 1st, you can start putting your brown bags back out. Homewood Disposal will pick them up. In the event that you feel like you have been missed, please contact Public Works at 708-201-3280. And if you have any other concerns, you can also dial that number, 708-201-3280, and we will assist you. Mayor, that concludes my report.
All right, next we have William Moore.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Good afternoon to precious residents. Thank you so much for your patience and during the meeting. Mayor, I'll give a high-level report from the housing and from our building and permits. For the month of April, we had 21 rental license fees that total $13,150, 47 as of sale inspections that total $11,541, 24 escrow checks deposited that total $13,300, and 15 housing tickets that total $7,325. We had 1 vacant property registration that totaled $48,200. For the month of April, for the housing, we totaled $106,822. And for our building and permits department, we had 54 building permits at $25,010. 42 contractor license that total $14,350, and 8 plumbing permits that total $2,426. That total for a building permits department, $42,536.
I'm just muting this because this is what's called information overload. Just throw out numbers, big numbers, and just say stuff. Nobody really knows what you're talking about, and it makes it seem like you're doing your job. Yeah, okay, exactly.
We win.
Thank you, Mayor, trustees, residents, clerk.
Got the police chief. Who's
for the
talking?
Dolton Fire Department year to date, the Dolton Fire Department has responded to 1,889 emergencies so far this year, with an average of 15 calls for service per shift, and that's divided into 3 different shifts. In addition to numerous fire service and EMS training hours, we've had numerous training hours where we've had created different teams for training, different teams for rescue, and technical rescue teams that are amazing, top-notch. Dive team, we have an arson team, and so we have a lot of teams that we have
dive team
with our department and there's a lot of
water.
training going on to service you as the best as we possibly can. The Fire Prevention Department has conducted numerous fire inspections over the past month, and the village of Dolton experienced several high-profile emergency incidents where it included a house fire on the 600 block of Market Street, and a fatal car accident that occurred on Sibley, and a fatal train versus pedestrian incident that happened on 144th. Also, we've also started an initiative where we have trained personnel for CPR and AED, which we've started with the police department. We've completed them, and we're going to move on to the village hall and different other buildings and different other departments, so that everyone is well trained for CPR and AED. So if any incident happen, we will be
That's standard
available
for
to help
firemen.
you initially.
Yeah, I think the fire
Okay?
department's the only
And that's
thing that
my
in this
report. Fire
thing is
department.
good.
All right, thank you. Next we
It's a
have
filler.
Lacey.
All right. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, residents. Thank you, board. The Dalton Police Department responded to 2,499 calls for the month of April. They issued 339 parking citations, 146 state citations, which are speeding tickets or any violations that occurred. Red light citations, 4,310. Our felonies are down, our major crimes are down, and I would like to gratefully thank the Dalton Police Department, because under the circumstances that they are under right now, they are performing outstandingly. So I take my hat off to my department, and I am proud of my department. In saying that, this year, as you guys know, there will be the Cop on Top, and that's at Dunkin' Donuts, and that'll be on the 17th of this month. Commander Riley will be hosting that. We encourage everybody to come out and support. Also, I'd like to say we are getting ready to start initiating roadside safety checks, where everybody knows that we're checking for violations and anything that may be on the vehicle. You will also see our ATV units out this year. We have a total of 4 new ATV units. We're going to be initiating that. And also, I'd like to say, and I'd like to thank the residents of Dalton, because usually when this happens, it's people from the outside. They have basically started slowing down on Sibley. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the officers on Sibley, and I'd like to thank the residents for stopping at stop signs. That's one of the reasons why the stop sign and the parking citations are down. So I'd like to thank you, Dalton residents, for just following the law. Like I said, usually it's somebody from the outside, and that's what usually happens. Also, I'm proud to say that we are getting ready to start on the new police station, which is at 14900 Greenwood. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the sign up there, but we have to put out bids in order to start the process. So that's getting ready to start. As the Deputy Chief said, we are trained in the AED training, which are the defibrillators, and I'd like to thank my officers, because now my whole department is trained. We are also working on other training for our officers in reference to a lot of different areas. We are currently in the process of hiring 3 new officers. They're going through the process. And I'd like to say the Village of Dalton Police Department is currently hiring. You can go on the blue line and see, fill out an application. We encourage our residents, and we have a couple of residents who have applied to the police department for working with the Dalton Police Department. So, I mean, I got many more, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And Madam Mayor, that ends my report.
They both have very shiny heads, though. The 2 guys with bald heads.
Take 3 of them up there. But hey, they're hiring, so
Jennifer coming out, spending your little
I don't know
time
about you.
with us. Electronic payments, February the 29th, corporate payments, $176,699. Water fund registers, $283,964.61. American Rescue Plan, $17,550, for total corporate payments of $478,213.61. There a motion to accept those bills as read?
I motion to approve the bills consistent with the special board meeting, well, the postponed board meeting on April 8th. So this was voted before. My motion is to approve the bills consistent with the reading at the April 8th meeting.
All right.
Second.
discussion? All right, call her.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right.
So aggressive.
Okay, here I go. Corporate payments for March the 31st, 2024. Corporate payment register, $61,705.41. Water fund registered, $399,845.37. American Rescue Plan, $17,550 no cents. For a total corporate payments of $479,100.78. There a motion to accept the bills as read?
So move.
All right, is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Call her.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, trustee.
Okay.
Paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Warrant report, April the 1st, 2024, corporate payment register, $2,653,597.07. Gross payroll, March the 8th, 2024, $399,997.22. Gross payroll, March the 22nd, 2024, $443,883.65. Melanie Fitness Center, $1,404.22 for a total of corporate payments, $3,498,882.16. Their motion to accept the bill is read.
Is there a second?
No, I have an amended motion, Mayor.
All right,
Okay, I motion to again approve these consistent with the reading at the April 8th continued board meeting.
all right.
Second.
Any discussion? Call her.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, trustee.
Warrant report for May the 6th, 2024, corporate payment register, $2,780,164.08. Gross payroll, April the 5th, 2024, $410,054.48. Gross payroll, April the 19th, 2024, $631,456.71. Melanie Fitness Center registered $1,244.32. For total corporate payments, $3,822,919.59. Their motion to accept the bill is read.
I have an amended motion again, Mayor.
Okay.
Okay, so my amended motion is to accept the bills as read with the following exceptions. Removal of Delgado Law Group with the exception. So the only invoices to pay are invoice number 28861, 31919, 32369, 33743, 33988.
They're not paying the law firm.
34415 and 34568. These are payments in the capacity of village prosecutor. So want those paid, all other bills removed. Additionally, remove existing concrete, $14,123, 5-star $122,325, John's Pro Tree Service $155,000 even, K&M Ventures
Kickback scams.
$183,950, Lopez Lawn Maintenance $10,050, Mosca Design $65,700, Pekarsky and Sons $32,360, Raul and Sons $181,950, and White Coat Pool Solutions $34,788.58. My amended motion is to approve the bills with the exceptions listed.
Second.
All right.
That was quick.
Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have some concerns and hopefully I'll get some answers. First off, have we received the $6.8 million?
Keep going on your questions.
Are you gonna answer?
Keep going with the
Okay,
questions because that got
so-
nothing to do with the bills. So
That's
something you could call me
grant
back
money
about.
that was already, but okay, so everybody would know that that's the answer because it's not being answered. But on May 3rd, we received the email from Bert Costanza and Carberry, which says that we owe them $4,501.27. They've been requesting this since August 23rd, August 28th, 2023. We once again get here. I don't recall them being on the warrant list, so there's an issue that we pick and choose who we're putting on the warrant list, who we're not putting on the warrant list. What really drew my concern was that someone sent us an email and then we actually spoke to this person on the phone. And the email reads, "Thanks for your call this morning. Per our conversation, see the attached. This engineering firm was hired and has a proposal signed by Mr. Freeman. His invoice number is 1092. He is saying that we owe him $7,482. So of course I asked what was it in reference to. He said that Mr. Freeman contacted him with the help of Ron Smith, who was the engineer, saying that they needed a proposal for 15022 Lincoln. Now I'm concerned because 15022 Lincoln is not our property to my knowledge. So why would we be paying a bill for $7,482? I do know that as being a village that we do have to go through proper protocols and we don't have certified people to do this. But after reading, it says my email to the engineer on record on 11/21/2023 indicating our findings and concern with the request for missing information or corrected drawings to be sent. A letter of our architect indicating numerous deficient items I highlighted for some of your review. The letter of our mechanical engineer indicating deficiency in items for your review. Again, we strongly recommend the construction stop immediately until such time these items are addressed by our architect on record. Now, I'm concerned because the man keep calling about his money and it's never been on the warrant list, but I'm more concerned that beautiful big building at 15022 is not structurally sound because there's a 12-page report that says there are all these issues. So my question, and this is discussion, is somebody please call this man about his $7,000, which I don't understand why the owner would not be paying for this. And then what are we doing in reference to all of these? Has anybody followed up about all of these concerns about their property?
Thank you for your concern. Anything else?
She's not going to answer that question. It's disgusting.
No.
Anything else?
Yeah, y'all got the answer right there, so y'all know what's going on.
All right. Anything else?
That's
Yes.
part of a pay-to-play scheme.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
When we discussed the bills, I just heard you mention a few things earlier, and I think that even though we've been saying this for months, since you'll continue to say what you're going to say, I guess I should continue to tell the residents the truth. When we talk about our financial state, it's sad. You know, the things that I could tell you would scare you as a resident in regards to the things that the people who are over the day-to-day operation, the decisions that they make.
I want to talk to her.
The fact that they do not prioritize this spending, and then they come up here and say, hey, vote for this, vote for that. I found it quite interesting that we have our mayor that just sat up here and said, oh, you want receipts for the taxes? I'll put it on Snapchat. I found that particularly interesting considering that we've been asking for financials for months. Put that on Snapchat for us, please.
Yep.
We have $4 million in checks that the board have approved that have not been dispersed. The checks are on someone's desk. Whose desk? We do not know. So when we continue to ask for financials, when we make decisions, it's just responsible. You know, we were elected to do a job, and That's what we're here to do. We keep saying, hey, this spending is getting out of control. We've been saying that for months. You have Trustee Belcher just set up here and asked, hey, if we're making decisions on voting for the bills, could someone tell us about the $6.8 million grant? We didn't receive an answer. But yet, we're told that the bag is being here, the bag is present, but the bag is empty, guys. It's empty. We have, she stated, the public works. For months, Trustee House has been stating, hey, you know, we have to watch our spending. We have to prioritize the spending because we know that payouts are due for public works and police. It's coming, it's coming. You have an administration that set up here months ago and said, oh, in April, we're going to make sure that you all are reimbursed because you all do such a great job for the village. And we want to make sure that we take great care of you because we love you so much. But yet, I'm receiving calls saying that they've only received 1/3 of their money. So either we have the money or we do not. And it's extremely important that we realize that we do not have the money. If in regards to the financials, if we had the money and if they were providing us, because they just said, oh, well, we provide you with the financials, or they said we don't, and how they know that we're in a deficit. Well, if we were provided with the information, there would be no reason for those people to be coming to our door requesting the information that they've already mysteriously provided us with. So I'm going to say, when we make financial decisions, it's not to sit here and argue, it's not to go back and forth, but it is to let the residents know that we don't have it. All of these services that you all need, we have to have some money to be able to provide you with those services. And it would just be totally irresponsible for us to continue to vote for things, negligent things. And yeah, we don't even know the village's financial true state. We just know it's $4 million on someone's desk. So thank you, residents. I hope that you have the information that you have been asking for in regards to where's the information. Where are we going with this? Why are they not approving these items? Thank you.
That's funny that now it's 4 million. Y'all said it was 7 million. I told you your math ain't math.
She said it was $4 million worth of checks.
Let me
Yeah,
answer.
she said, yeah, she said $4 million checks.
You want to hear my answer? As it relates to the stuff that Trustee Belcher just stated. You guys have to stop coming here to grandstand. If you feel something's wrong, you guys can reach out. And
he has to reach out to me.
That deals with the day-to-day as it relates to anything you're claiming. It's plenty of times you guys have sat here at a meeting. Please, quiet down for 1 second.
Quiet, please.
Plenty of times you guys have came to a meeting and had misinformation, misleading information. You guys have sat up here and said people said that you didn't pay them. It never was one of our vendors. So I don't entertain the stuff that y'all come up here and just say just because you want to say it for the media, for the residents, and there's no truth to it, no facts to it. And again, if you guys want to have an adult conversation with me, you know my number, you know what I live, you know all of that, Belcher. You guys can call me, but you don't. Hold on, but you don't call. You guys want to come here and put on a show for what? We still live here no matter what's going on in our neighborhood. For instance, it's a couple things y'all took off the warrant list that y'all need to put back on the warrant list. Y'all talk about y'all want to help the residents. If you want to help the residents, then help them. Why aren't y'all paying for concrete? So when they got a water main break, how do they pour concrete down? How do they fix it? Because they gotta call a company out. They gotta call a company out to fix it. But these are the problems that fall on my desk when y'all don't do what y'all supposed to do. And then the residents call me to fix it when y'all said no at a board meeting. Because at the end of the day, it still gotta get fixed. And that's what y'all failing to realize. No matter what they say up here, y'all gonna call me, the mayor. And you'll say, Mayor, I have a water main break. Can you fix it? You don't want to hear that. When it was Thanksgiving, and y'all water was out because it was a water main break. Y'all didn't call them. You called Mary Ann, you can come and fix because you was cooking your dinner. So all I'm saying to you is when they say no, I say yes. Because at the end of the day, it's a service. People move to communities for services. And when they don't get the services, why do you want to live in that community? People go and we brag about other people's community because of what they have, what they offer to the people. You won't want to raise a kid in this town if you cannot have things that the kid needs, such as running water, such as fixing a water main break, such as a playground set where you can actually go play with no graffiti on it and not a broken slide. We don't have this in our community. Y'all have a tennis court that been broke down forever. They can't even go be Serena and them. They can't even go play. They can't even
Serena and them.
because we don't care. We fight over the wrong stuff. We fighting over crumbs. It's a bigger picture. And y'all got to see that. Y'all got to understand y'all work and know what it is and know what we want to do instead of just fighting and trying to tear each other down. Oh, let me say this. Let me call them people. Let me do this. Okay, it can go both ways, but we're not doing that. All I'm saying is let's fix it. We got concrete on there. Y'all just took off. We got the pool on there. The kids been asking to swim since last year. I've been asking y'all to fix that pool since last year. Every time we put it up, y'all pull it off the wall list. For what? The kids can't swim? How we got a swimming pool in our backyard when y'all know the black and brown kids, that's the number one thing. They cannot swim. So why would we not have that in our backyard? Why we got to go elsewhere and spend money to give our kids swimming lessons? These are the problems.
I think people recognize the BS now. Like she's just full of crap now.
Think of the kids, Nate.
Yeah, think of the children. Think of the children. But the thing is, and I love the way she manipulates it, because what they're saying is we'll pay the bills. We just need to know how much money we have. And she just goes, she wants them just to sign stuff over blindly.
Just clear past it. Hey, we don't want no bid contract. We want people to bid and someone to appraise the situation, people to bid, and then we'll vote on it, right?
Exactly.
Process. And she wants to skip that, and then it's their fault.
And then and then have the checks paid to cash. And then okay.
I'm gonna say something, folks. Some folks in your chat gonna get. Kevin Samuels is rolling around in his grave right now.
Order, ma'am. So why we shouldn't have to do that. The whole point of all of this is to build the community up, not tear each other down. That is the point of this. And it's sad because you guys ran on my ticket, both of y'all, Trustee Belcher and Trustee House. Both y'all did. When you ran on my ticket, y'all ran on my vision. My vision is to fix our community.
The vision wasn't to rob the city. The vision wasn't for the FBI. The vision wasn't for you to steal all the money. So don't start talking about the vision. You know it is defamation. Don't start talking about the vision. Don't talk about the vision.
Get into it now. They cut the mics off.
They cut. No.
Oh, they getting into it now. Now they cut the mic off. There you go. They died.
You say something, don't answer nobody. And that's the people of the village of Dolton. Now, you don't want to have it.
Go ahead, Belcher.
You want to talk about nothing else, though, right? You don't want to have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet down. Ladies and gentlemen, quiet down.
Just for the people who don't know what's going on, all hell has broken loose.
She's done. Belcher's done.
Order. Ladies and gentlemen, quiet down.
Yeah. But at the same time, you see his discussion. I asked you, did we get $6.8 million? You won't answer that. I'm telling you, these people, you can't tell me nothing. These people are emailing us about somebody else's property, talking about they want $7,000. These people, so when you sit here talking about what have I done, I don't have to sit here and videotape everything I do. But I know what I ain't done. I ain't commingled no money. I ain't stole no money. And I ain't going to jail.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet down.
She called them out. Jail. She said, I ain't steal no money. I ain't going to jail.
If you want to have an elected official fight for you, you won't Belcher.
Belcher's doing it.
Fight for you, literally.
Yeah. They're about to they're going to blow us up in that boy.
That's what I ain't done. You going to jail. Don't worry about it. Nah, because that's the song. $6.8 million. The email said Tiffany Henyard responded and was gonna let me know this morning. So where's it? All right, we gonna wrap it up. Bring it back ugly. All right, you don't want the truth. You don't want the truth. You don't want the truth.
She want to wrap it up now.
We ain't getting and we ain't gonna get it. And she spent this. Clerk, can you call the roll so we can move on? Clerk, call the roll.
You're voting on, I'll mention it.
Call the roll, clerk.
Let me do it, please. Okay, we're voting on the AP warrant list for May 6th with the amended motions with the exceptions that Trustee House mentioned. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next on the agenda is new business. Motion to terminate contract with Otis, Frazier, and McGrath, LTD as legislative counsel for the Board of Trustees. I placed this on here several times. I put on here every single board meeting, and I will continue to, because they are the ones that come in our community and robbing our communities blind. People have to wake up. They have tried to take money out of our accounts several different ways, from the insurance companies to telling us that we had to give them contract for work in our village. They is not, and I will repeat, you are not the council. You are legislative counsel for the board. Your job is to write laws for them that y'all don't do, but y'all write laws against me. That don't make no sense. But I want people to know what's going on in our community and understand the money grab before you. All this is happening and put before you because it ain't nothing but a money grab by that law firm right there, which is Otis and Stirk and Frazier. That's the people that's trying to take the money from our village. So I wish that we
Why the man next to us sit with a Bentley truck?
And then keep going and move forward. That's all we want to happen. And do better with our community. So I put that on there, and I'm always saying my little statement, and that's my statement for the record. So next on the agenda is a motion to approve the purchase of 5 residential properties, 1 commercial property from the Cook County Land Bank. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and a second? Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
We wouldn't trust you to buy penny candy. You think we about to let you buy properties?
You pick your vote, choose what you want. Again,
the village of Dolton is not in the real estate business. We're not buying no properties.
Okay, then why y'all motion and second? Don't motion and second.
We had a discussion because we want the people to know why we're not. Because you would get up here and lie and be like, they don't want to buy the properties and they don't want to spend no money. So we motion and second, like we can do in Robert's Rules of Order and discussion. The discussion is we don't trust you to buy penny candy. And no, we're not buying no property because the village of Dolton is not in the business of property. Y'all done already stole about 60 houses. So ain't nobody gonna deal with you buying no property. So that's the end of my discussion. I second that motion.
Okay, so just so you know, for the record, I tell y'all to go to classes, go to conference, learn. The way it works as it relates to property, for those that do want to know how it works, is the board has to take the property in. The board is the one that's over the property here in our village. So she is so naive to the fact. I'm not naive. That she want to say, don't trust me. It don't work that way. The board is the one.
Calm down, please. Quiet, please.
To take property in.
Yeah.
All we do is
Quiet, please.
here for you guys to see it, know it, understand it.
Oh my
you
God.
Take it or not. If you don't take it, it's so be it.
You know what
Next on the agenda is executive session. Is there a motion to go in closed session? Is there a motion to go in closed session?
I'm motion going executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion and second. Please call the roll to go in closed session.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
Stan Brown, I'm sorry. Trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Yeah, I can go right here in this room. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Right there, say your cases, and you can move on.
Wow. This is turned to crap.
All right, we are going to close session now to talk business. We'll see you shortly.
All right, looks like it might be it.
Yeah.
They're going to an executive session, meaning they're going to go behind closed doors and speak about this business.
That her and the trustees, correct?
Yes.
Her, okay. Well,
Her and the trustees. That's
they might want to keep.
So in other words, they don't want to put that out in front of everybody. With everything going on. So, oh man,
when Belcher went off, okay, he said, "We don't trust you to buy penny candies." That reminded me when you remember when your mother would bring you into the store. Don't ask for nothing. You ain't getting no candy. You ain't getting no toys. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, but hey, one thing, it's like Bizarro World, because I think Tiffany Henyard really is just so ridiculous that she really believes that people are buying what she's doing. It just absolutely makes no sense. I think she's just delusional. I think
if she were to sit down with
we're gonna fight in closed session. Yeah, that's true.
A psychiatrist or something, like there's no way she's not coming out there with a diagnosis. There's no way.
No.
But what's scary, I guess, to me, and so I apologize for earlier, folks. You can ask this guy up here. I can go on an hour. Ask this guy right here. I can go on an hour-long rant about stuff. And I get going. I can't stop. But the people who support Tiffany Henyard scare me. That's the thing. Because there were signs. If anybody goes and does, do your own research, whatever you want to call it, go and look up like her election stuff. I'm gonna challenge people right now. I'm gonna make some videos about it, but go and look up her election videos and see the type of stuff that was being said, and what people had access to as far as her criminal record, and you see what they were saying, and it's comes down to a lot of, hey, yeah, check the box is black, yeah, check the box is female, yeah, check the box young, just check the box kind of stuff. But there was no sort of concern about whether or not she was actually qualified for this position at all. And that's scary because you're just encouraging and enabling someone that is absolutely unhinged. And so if you're just so concerned with checking boxes and you're overlooking that, you're just going to repeat the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And the sad part about this is that even like you're saying, there were so many clues from before, but now I think it's just gotten to the point where, to me, it's like, does she really think I'm that stupid? Like, when somebody does something, you're like, does this person really think I'm that much of an idiot where I'm going to believe this?
Yeah.
Because then it's a reflection on how you think about, what you think about me.
Dumb. Yeah.
You must think that I'm just so stupid that you can play a video like that, and I'm going, oh, that's just that makes all the sense in the world. And it's like, no, you have to give me more substance in this. So I think it's the narcissism. I think she thinks she's the smartest person in the room.
Oh yeah,
she's in the room.
Educate you.
And yes, I'm going to educate you on what happens. And the sad part about it is that the only people who are really suffering all this is the people of Dolton. That city is probably bankrupt. And the one thing I find interesting is that remember when if you remember when the letter went out from the Delgado,
the law firm,
when the law firm said the village is in trouble of not being insured. So, and somebody mentioned that earlier too about the village not being insured. That was showing that, hey, there's a problem here with the finances, and those finances are a hell of a thing. So just so everybody understands, also let me just let everybody know what's going on. So they're in executive session. They're supposed to be coming back after, so they're going to talk about this little issue and then come back. So that's why it's still up, and they have this executive session. So they're going to come back. So if people want to go, get
some popcorn,
get something to eat or something, because they're supposed to be coming back.
They can go subscribe to the Dolton Trustees channel. That's a good opportunity for people to actually look at their phone, because there's a lot of good stuff on the Dolton. Because that we're getting one of the feeds that we were watching earlier was directly from the Dolton Trustees, and so. Please, it would behoove all of you, if you want to keep abreast as to what's going on with this stuff, definitely subscribe to them. And I am just baffled as to how Belcher and Henyard have not gotten to a fist fight.
Yeah,
like that is amazing that they have not physically fought one another at this point.
And you gotta, and don't forget, you gotta talk about what about the FBI stuff that's going on? There's a whole bunch of stuff that's still going on that you still gotta.
You see, she's not really trying to address that at all. Like you hear people referencing it, but she really didn't take any of the bait until someone mentioned her mother. That's when she decided to kind of sort of speak up.
And I like how she just tries to just ignore questions. Next point. It's like, no, you said this discussion. We got to ask your questions. You're not answering any questions. So
Oh, what was the rest of your question? Yeah.
Okay. No, hold on.
That was it. That was hey, there's money missing, but a lot of the stuff. I know some of y'all were caught up with the stream where when Tiffany was trying to do her little dog and pony show with the PowerPoints and all that cool stuff. And then they sort of transitioned into, hey, this is what's on the agenda. We need to kind of pay these bills. There's people there are different contracting agencies that more than likely, allegedly, let me put that in there, are receiving kickbacks from her. And so a lot of the issues between the super mayor and the trustees is that there's no paper trail, right? There's work that the people are claiming to have done. There's no paper trail. So that just smacks of some sort of financial impropriety. And so they don't get caught up. And so they know where their money's going. They're not going to approve stuff because obviously they don't trust her, because they know where the stuff is coming from. They know these are just random people calling in and trying to charge them. These are more than likely, allegedly, more scams and schemes. Like somebody mentioned, the tree trimming thing was on the list.
Yeah. And the Delgado Law Group, they didn't pay them. So there's a lot going on. And Delgado's trying to do what he got to do, but it's just like, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
And you know what? Let me find this because before we get out of here, I want to play this. I mean, let's see if they get back when they get back because they're getting back. But check this out. Where's it at? Let me go to the Henyard subpoena. Listen to what they're asking for with the subpoena. Try to find it. Tiffany Henyard named the latest subpoena. Here it is right here.
I'm happy that justice is being served.
Dolton trustee Brittany Norwood reacted to the latest federal subpoena served Monday at Dolton Village.
Listen to this, guys.
Asking for all payments, expense reimbursements, per diems, and credit card expenditures for Mayor Henyard, beginning just before her election in 2021.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor and people's supervisor.
The same information is also requested for Henyard's top assistant, Keith Freeman, and a pair of businesses controlled by Freeman, as well as several.
See that lets me think that this is like they think this is like this illegal kickback scheme. They're working to pay his companies and then take some money out of it. I'm not saying that's actually happening. I'm saying that this is what it seems like they're looking at.
Yeah, look at some of the names on the list. Do you recognize
Andrew Holmes? Terry Young. Terry Young is the officer. Gerald Carmen. Oh
yeah.
Yep.
Remember what we were saying earlier about Fania?
Now, Fania, for those of you who don't know, Fania Dukes is the person who's accused Andrew Holmes of blankety blank.
Yeah.
They're looking at her stuff from the FBI too.
And that's what we were saying earlier. If some of y'all who are just tuning in, go back to the beginnings. Nate and I had a whole conversation about like this is a den of snakes. Like she doesn't, when I say she, Tiffany Henyard doesn't keep people in her inner circles that she can't trust. You have to have a lack of integrity at some point in order for her to trust you, right? So that's what we were sort of alluding to. And the fact that her name is on this particular document, it is, I would say, a soft confirmation that we may have been on to something there. So I would say as this unfolds, I think we will definitely see that there was some, let's say, less than scrupulous activity going on.
Oh, yeah.
Trustees and village employees who've traveled with Henyard. The subpoena also shows the FBI is looking into complaints by Dolton business owners whose licenses have been held up by the village, asking for licensing information for 10 bars for all trips, but specifying Washington records for all trips, but specifying Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, and Portland, Oregon.
They're questioning the finances because that's been a real big concern of mine.
Yeah, because they want to know what you've been doing with the money, and also about the officers too.
Being spent.
Mayor, why do you need so many officers?
It's Keith Freeman.
Security. Last year, Fox 32 reported on Henyard's pricey police security detail, with Dolton officers working thousands of hours of overtime to drive the mayor around and sometimes run her personal errands.
You see, all this is correct. Oh, but this is the good part.
He took notice, asking for shift records for a number of officers assigned to that detail.
Now, just remind you guys, Terry Young is the one that did 336 hours in a 2-week period. He put in for what, 303 hours? So
yeah, 303 hours out of a total 336 possible hours in 2 weeks.
These people are going to jail. If they can't answer these questions, how the hell did you work 303 hours out of 336? You go to jail.
Including
That's
Officer
theft.
Terry Young, who last May reported working 303 hours over a 2-week period. When we asked Henyard about it, Mayor, mind if I ask you a couple questions about your security detail?
Absolutely not.
Records for Henyard's
Absolutely
self-named
not.
charitable foundation, which is where
Even the charitable foundation.
for Henyard's self-named charitable foundation, which, as we reported last year, used Dolton employees and vehicles during a fundraising march to Springfield.
Like that.
Trustee Norwood says the FBI subpoena is targeting information that even board members have not been able to access.
I'm happy that it seems like the residents will eventually get the answers to the questions.
So just imagine that. Just imagine that. Because don't forget, the board, nobody's gotten this information. And now the FBI said, okay, we want the information. Do you think she's going to get the FBI? I don't know. I like the Fuji water thing, though. Yeah, it is a little bit of a tell. Fiona's name was on there because Tiff fired her after she wouldn't stop the complaint. They asked for if he needs employee records. That's true.
Oh, it's okay. To corroborate the retaliation. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's, I guess, yeah.
No,
Makes sense.
Nate, they will not go to. They will not go to jail.
Going to prison.
I don't know. You're right. Maybe prison.
They went to prison. They ain't going to jail.
Oh my God! Oh, you think that she defamed them just because of closing the meeting? Yeah, listen. There's so much going on here, and the thing that got me crazy was the checks to cash, because there was a matter of fact. Let's go to Dolton trustees. I want you guys to watch this too.
While you look that up, I think one of them, one of the largest ones was for $65,000. If I'm not mistaken.
But these fools admit it.
I'm like, I think optics doesn't exist to Tiffany. I've sort of figured that out. She doesn't understand optics. She understands that people don't like her, but from the outside looking in, because I've never been to Dolton, I have no idea. I didn't know it even existed. But when you tell me that you are in some type of municipality and you're creating cash, a large amount of cash for any vendor, any contractor, I'm going to look at you funny. Especially $60,000 plus.
Well, yeah, let's show them and not tell them. Here it is. This is Dolton trustees. They put it together. Shout out to Dolton trustees.
Indictment of the village administrator.
It's a little loud, but here we go.
Underscores the need to shine a light on the inconsistencies and falsehoods within Mayor Henyard's administration.
If a person can lie on their own financials, what do you think they're doing for the village?
It's crucial to have trustees who are dedicated to accountability and public spending, shedding light on mismanagement.
Fast forward a little bit.
With the latest rounds of federal subpoenas, one thing they mentioned was checks written to cash.
It asks for all records, including personnel files, wage and tax statements, time and attendance, records of work performed, contracts, and checks written to cash.
That's insane. Public checks written to cash? Public checks written to cash. That's insane.
Why would it, unless you were trying to hide something, why would you do that? That's literally the only reason I can think of that somebody, especially a government, right, of a town, village, would want to do that.
Yes, but again, but Tiffany Henyard didn't admit this. They'll tell you why. Listen to this. They're gonna explain it.
Checks written to cash.
I just like to reiterate, if anybody watched the March meeting when we had discussion about these items and the $65,700 came up. If you go to 1 hour and 35 minutes, our finance director said that the items had been paid in cash.
The items had been paid in cash. Listen to this.
The other invoice that they pay in cash, we have receipts for that as well. So we're not paying the vendor. If you all vote on it tonight, they will be paid. It is already on the warrant list. And we're still waiting on the receipts. And if they have been paid in cash, why is this vendor still contacting us asking for payment? So when people go and say things, everything is recorded. And it goes back to our transparency and lack thereof, that we're not getting information that we requested. Because as soon as she said it, I instantly raised my eye when we start paying $65,000 in cash anywhere.
Thank you.
And then for this vendor to still contact us, emailing us saying that she hasn't been paid, really draws concern.
So just because I think sometimes there's so much production in it that you don't really get the point. So at the board meeting, they said we paid these vendors in cash, $65,000.
Mm-hmm.
But then the vendor comes back and says, we ain't never been paid. So where the hell's the cash at?
Yeah, because at some point money was taken out of presumably the treasury of Dolton and then cashed out. And then after that, it just disappeared.
Yes, but and they said we paid the vendor with it. And the vendor said, no, I didn't get paid.
Yeah, and there's
where's the money?
Where's the money? That's the issue. So,
this is on the Dolton's trustees YouTube page, correct? Okay, that's why y'all should go subscribe.
Dolton trustees. So it shows you how insane this is. But they're going to an executive session. I'm not even sure if they're going to come back. We're about 9:15, and so I think it's a good time to end this stream because we've seen the mess. They're obviously not going to talk about the FBI stuff.
Yeah,
but
there's no way.
what's what the takeaway from this whole madness is?
Elect someone who looks like you and talks like you and don't have any sort of reference to whether or not they're capable of fulfilling the position, right?
Yeah. I think you're right.
I mean, that's why I was going on a rant about earlier, is that any politician can be corrupt, right? Any of them. Sure. Great. You can at least filter out the least desirable ones by making sure that they're qualified and probably, I don't know, maybe not have a criminal record. But she is not the only person who has checked the DEI boxes. The city commissioner in Florida who had 20-something arrests, and they still elected her, right? Yep. And so if y'all have not seen that video, it's on my channel. Go check it out. And actually, no, Nate, you did a video about her too, actually, recently.
Yeah.
So it's like this isn't the only instance of this. This isn't just an exception. People are willingly swallowing like what I call the train of progress that has no brakes. There is forward momentum. All you have to do is check boxes and don't worry about the consequences or implications. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Just don't be a bigot and disagree with me, right? And it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. And that's why I get worked up, because it's fucking stupid.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, we always say it's about the content of someone's character, not the color of their skin. And if the person is good character and the person is qualified and can do the job, I don't give a damn what they look like. I care about the results. And it's funny because, whenever you talk about, especially DEI, no one brings up something like the NBA. The NBA at one point was all white. Black people couldn't play in the NBA, nor could they play in the NFL. And now the NFL is 80% black. And why? It's because it's just all based on, if you can play, we want you, because that's more money we're going to make. So then don't get me wrong. I do understand the goal of trying to, have more diversity in certain fields. But I think that diversity comes from having younger people want to go to those fields. Like when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of people say, hey, I wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor or anything like that. Kid Pats in my neighborhood wanted to be the next Michael Jordan. Wanted to be all these other things. Rappers, hairdressers. So and guess what? When they got older, that's what they tried to accomplish, and not understanding that only 1 or 2% of those people who go in that profession are going to be successful at that. Not everybody who plays football goes to the NFL. That's the top of the top of the top, like less than 1/2 of 1%. But that's what they want to go into. That's what they want to fight for. But I chose a different path. I chose to be a lawyer. So I think that's what you need to do. You have to kind of change those minds and hearts. Hey, there's other ways to be successful other than these entertainment goals. And that will happen.
That's the problem with you, Nate. You want to rely on personal accountability and choices one makes. And that's not acceptable. How else are you going to shove nonsense down people's throats when you hold them accountable for their own actions?
That's true. Well, I think we live in a world now where it's easier to blame other people for my own failings, than to self-reflect and try to do better, right? It's the white man's fault that I'm poor. It's the migrant's fault that I don't have a job. It's this guy's fault. But instead of looking at me and say, what the hell, why didn't I go get my job? Why didn't I go work harder? What can I do to make it better? And we live in the society has essentially coached us into being those type of people. It's, you're not a failure because you didn't go to school and didn't work and just, laid on your ass. You're a failure because someone's holding you back. That's just not true. That's just not true. And the sad part about it is so many people have bought into that loser talk that like if you go against it, then now I'm the bigot.
Yeah, you're a bigot. You're a bigot.
Now you're the bigot.
Yeah, you're a bigot because you know what? You said, hey, look, you are in control of your life. Are there obstacles? Yes, some of us have more obstacles than others. But one of the things my mother taught me back during Hurricane Katrina was that you don't call yourself a victim. You're not a victim of this natural disaster. You are a survivor. And I never really understood why my mother taught me that and scolded me actually in that moment while we were technically homeless. She didn't want me to have a victim mentality because you have a whole lot of people, unfortunately, look like me and you, and they look like my wife, and they look like a whole lot of people I know, but they have a victim mentality. And that's all they can do is view things as a victim, no matter what happens. And so you can't talk to them because anytime you try to even remotely inquire about their mentality and their perspective, it's just seen as derision. And then you get labeled. So it's like, well, no, I'm not going to turn my brain off to make you feel comfortable.
No, I think you're totally correct. I'll even take it from my own perspective. It's that when it's so interesting because I've lived, as a kid, we were homeless for a little time, and so I've lived in so many different communities. And at first, I thought it was a bad thing, but it was such a great thing to live in a really rich white community at one point in time, then live in the poorest Black community and go from a white school with means to a school with no means, and you get to see like how different everything is. And one thing I continuously noticed is that in some situations, like for instance, like the schools that my kids are in now, we as parents, we go to everything. We go at everything. We give to everything. We go. But then when I was in school, my parents went to nothing. And most of those kids in those schools, parents went to nothing. Parents didn't do anything. They weren't paying any money. They weren't active in trying to raise their own kids. It was kind of like, I'm putting them into school and it's all their job. And I always say this, America is about opportunity. You will get the opportunity to do what the hell you want. Like when there was some people were saying, well, Nate, DEI helped you. And I'm like, you know what? It's probably you are probably correct. The reason why it probably did help me is because when I went to law school and I took that test, and I'm just going to be very honest with you guys. When you take that test, if you get an average score on the standardized test, I've done better just by getting an average score than 80% of the black people that took the test. Something better than like 90% of the minorities that took the test, just by getting the average score. Not even a great score, just an average score. And there are so few Black men who are able to get the average score that by getting the average score, it puts me at a class of, hey, you're one of like almost a unicorn because you can get the score to actually get into the school. You can actually skip like just if you have a Black, that's how, because I was even in law school admissions. If you had a Black candidate who actually had enough gumption to actually just have the minimum qualification to get into the school, you would likely accept that person because there were so few out there.
Yeah.
And then the other issue, but then that's the opportunity DEI will get you. But then the second part of that is, what do you do with that opportunity? I never failed any test in law school. I never failed. I passed the bar on the first go. Every obstacle they gave to me, can you do this to prove that you're this? That's what I did, and I was successful. I get through it. But I think the problem is now they want to change those standards. They want to say, well, you don't have to pass the bar because Black people can't pass the bar. No, it's not that. It's the fact of the matter is, if you have standards, those standards are put in place to make sure people are competent to do those jobs. And I'm against changing and lowering those standards because you just want to have more people of color in the field. No, you need to make sure those people can do the job at a competent level. And by investing in that versus just giving people a pass, because giving someone a pass to be my surgeon isn't helping me. That's putting me in more danger.
Yeah.
But get people the training and knowledge so they can be competent to be the surgeon. That's what they should be doing. But I don't know. Maybe I'm preaching too much instead of trying to accept what they're selling to us now. You know what I mean?
I'm right there with you, because it's like, look, this is the way I look at it. If we're removing obstacles from people having opportunities, I like that, right? If everybody can come and run the same race, people are going to filter themselves out based on skill, right? That's how I personally ideally view things, okay? But when you're just sort of arbitrarily trying to check boxes and marks and stuff like that, just for a quota, like Amazon Studios, I believe, does this.
Yeah,
that's something I don't agree with, and that sort of thing has actually very, very, very strongly invaded in so many spaces that you get ridiculous stuff like having
Tiffany Henyard,
Tiffany Henyard, and I cannot remember his name, Regina Hill in Florida as a city commissioner. And it's like, okay, cool, great. Here's the results of what people wanted. Now here are the consequences. But you can look at anything recently in recent years, okay, that people have been pushing for, right? With bail reform, you look at the sanctuary cities, you look at all these policy things that people are repeating, these slogans. Has it been beneficial for the people promoting it? And I always go back to that. And when I'm interacting with people who are very strongly left and they're very empathetic, that's one of the things I love to sort of figure out is that what do you think is going to happen once your idea gets pushed and promoted? Once there's chaos, you move on to the next thing. And I've noticed that. They move on to that. All cops are bad. Okay, great. Cool. We're going to remove the cops from the area. We're going to change the laws. Great. Now businesses are leaving because now criminals who I guess they can read too, they know they can go in and steal stuff and with impunity. And then you complain that the businesses are leaving, that now you're back into a food desert. What did you think was going to happen when you tell criminals that, hey, we're not going to arrest you if you steal just this thing or just this amount? It's not rocket science. It's really not.
Yeah. It's funny how things change. But it's funny because someone said, well, what would I say to another person who wanted to become a lawyer who happens to be Black? And I'll tell them this: study your ass off, go and make sure you get great scores on the LSAT. It's not a test that you can just wake up and take. It's something you have to put the work in for. And if you do put the work in, you will see the results. You will see the effort. And I know sometimes not every job is for everybody, but that is America. That's the bread and butter. The bread and butter of of our country is putting boots to ass and getting the work. And when you do it, you will be rewarded. Now, obviously, bad things happen to some people, but in the aggregate, this is the greatest country on earth. And sometimes I hate the fact that, it's funny. A friend of mine was like, sometimes he's ashamed to be an American. Then I said, well, then leave then. Get the hell out of here. Because I'm not. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I understand people have that sentiment, but like I've been permanently scarred now from my short time in the service, so I'm not going to abandon what I've already sacrificed for here. Other people can. If you actually you don't have to like your country, but if you like it enough, then you might want to see it change for the better. I'm not ashamed of shit.
Of course, we got problems, but they're not like the problems in in Nigeria or something. Try to go to Africa and get a sandwich from the corner store. That ain't happening. You gonna have some
maybe
problems,
South Africa. But like there's a reason people are trying to come here.
Yeah,
right. There's a reason why.
Oh yeah.
So
well, listen,
it can't be all bad, but hey.
With that said, it looks like they're not going to be coming back. So for the 5,000 of you who are here, I want to say first, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please go check out the Commentary Kings channel. He's got great stuff. He's covering all these wonderful stories from Diddy to all the stuff that we got going on now. He has a great video on today about the young lady who just came forward and she showed her face and said, I am the person who's making these allegations. So definitely go check that out. Definitely go check out the video on the woman who was arrested 20 times. Because that's another crazy story. And it's, we do this because like again, I love to tell a great story, but one thing I always like to do is also point out the hypocrisy that happens in our culture. And a lot of my stories, like, it's funny because like the story I had today, it's so wild to see. Like in New York, there was a story that came out today where the people who passed the Adult Survivors Act, so it was the law they passed in New York to get Trump. They passed this particular law to get Trump, so E. Jean Carroll can win. Now those same people who passed that law to get Trump are being sued under that law, and now we're saying that law is unconstitutional. Yeah. So it just shows you how everything goes full circle, right? You're trying to do dirt, man, and get full circle. And that's the same thing as Tiffany Henyard's going through too. So
it shouldn't surprise you, bro. But I want to explore. I think my next video, I guess I'll give people a little sneak peek. Some of y'all who really don't like DEI actually don't know how pervasive it is. What if I told you DEI has infiltrated even video games? There are consulting companies to make sure that you are DEI compliant so that you won't get canceled. So imagine you spending, tens of hundreds of millions of dollars on a video game on development, and this company goes, "Hey, you have minority, you have women. You want to make sure you don't get canceled, right?" And then all that money just goes away. Yep, And so somebody said it in the chat, Sweet Baby Ink. So some people know about it. So it's even infiltrated video games. People know about the MCU and all the other kind of stuff. It is a lot more, is way more pervasive than a lot of people realize. And so that's some stuff I kind of want to explore more because it's ridiculous. That you can as a minority, you can hand me a shit sandwich and say, here, this is pecan pie. But I'm going to look at it and say, why are you giving me a shit sandwich? Right? Just because you say it's good for me and that I like it doesn't mean that it's actually good. And far too many people who look like me and Nate don't take time to sit and think about anything. They just feel. That's it. Yeah. They have no actual ability or capability to critically think about the implications of what's being promoted. So I want to go into that quite a bit more.
Yeah, it's a give it to me because you owe it to me culture instead of let me earn it because I'm worth it. So it just is what it is. But with that said, thank you guys for everyone. America the whole decided to adopt W.E.B. Du Bois rather than B.T. Washington, Booker T. Washington. Listen, I want to say first, I want to say thank you to everyone who super chatted today. You guys don't, I honestly always say this. You guys don't know how much these things help because we this is what we do. We do this for a living, and we try to bring you great content, and we try to do this. Like even with this Tiffany Henyard stuff, we were I think Pink Book Lessons was the first to actually do it. There was a couple of the channels. First with the news organization, then I think Pink Book Lessons did a couple of videos on it before we did. And then, but we found it like totally straight up. I think we read the news article and we were like, this news article's crazy.
When I first ran across it, I want to say it was like in NBC Chicago something.
Yeah,
it was a news organization that I originally found, and then say, okay, cool. Then we started connecting the dots.
And we didn't even think it was that. We didn't think it was going to be that great of a story. We were like, hey, this is some simple town in some, but we're like, hey, we'll run this video, and it did so well. We were like, oh, we'll do a follow up. And everything from that has been gold. But the thing is that we love the craziness. Go ahead.
The original one didn't include a lot of the other stuff, like her hiring her buddy as a code enforcement officer. We didn't know about that because there was a lot of the stories were like months apart. So once we started figuring and tracking, that's when things hit. So just in case y'all haven't caught on, I've been working with Nate behind the scenes for quite some time. So
No. We've definitely been. No, you were the one that found the Tiffany Henyard story. I believe he was the one that found the Tiffany Henyard story from it. So it was a great find, and we do a lot of work behind the scenes to find.
Y'all have no idea.
Not only to find these stories, but to be able to tell them in a particular way. So because don't forget, people, I was a college professor. So I was a professor at a law school. So it's about conveying the information. That's why I think this channel does so well, is because I take that information and convey it in a way that's both factual but easy to understand. And not a lot of people can do that, especially here on YouTube. You'll see a lot of lawyer channels out there, but now nobody's doing the type of numbers that we're doing. It's because we really take time and effort to explain these concepts to people.
Painstakingly.
And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But with that being said, they don't seem like they're coming back. I'm going to let you guys see. We've been watching and monitoring. They don't seem like they're coming back. Yeah. It's about 9:30. So I want to thank everyone who showed up, everybody who's in the chat, everybody who did watch the video. And please check out the Commentary Kings channel, because if you like my style of videos or the style of videos I do, he does a very similar style, but it is so many different topics. And especially it's topics that I think I'll say are a little bit more geared to pop culture, where I'm more geared to a lawyer, he's more geared to pop culture. So you'll get that aspect of it. But with that being said, thank you to the Commentary King for being here today. And don't forget his link to his channel is in the description. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. And we're gonna see you on the next one. We'll be back here next month, Monday, to see what happens. If she's not in jail, we're gonna see what the fallout is next week. Not next week, Monday. The first month. Stuff. I'm Nate the Lawyer, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.
See you.